There, Darvish covers the bag, 1 away. So Green gets out on the first pitch of the at-bat, or the day.
A backhand toss here, that's a little athleticism.
What I gotta do.
Hard to his left, or to his, how that knee is feeling. He got drilled with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball inside of his right knee yesterday by Soto. So little gingerly toss over there to Darvish.
First start at first base for Voit.
What's up, Abe? How's it going?
Hosmer getting the day off with Skubal being on the mound, and here's Javier Baez.
Here's Baez with 1 out and, you know, nobody on. Ball 1.
Outside 1-0. Baez 1 for 5 yesterday, 2 for 8 so far against the Padres.
Raining, looks like it's raining pretty good in Detroit, but they're going to try and get the game in. Ball. Or, well, that'd probably be in there for strike 1.
Show you that pitch that Soto threw to Voit in the 10th inning last night. That's got to hurt. I said it at the time. I'm still hurting thinking about it.
What's up, Kenny? You're not late. I just started.
He was out there. He went to first and actually got to third base.
Baez goes,
And that'll be a base hit the other way for Baez.
we have seen him do that more and more as the season has progressed, going the opposite field.
Yeah, and this is the pitch to do it on, Shep. You see they're setting up inside. The ball's kind of drifting out over the plate.
Doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing?
And he just keeps his front side in right there.
Oh, my nose is bothering me, though. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Swing, good result. And here the Tigers have an early base runner.
Brings up Harold Castro. Good series so far, and a 10-game hitting streak on the line here in this damp Wednesday afternoon. A first pitch strike from Darvish.
All right. Just took a shower. Well, that's always good.
Sometimes we wonder how
I smell better and feel better and shit.
role player settled in as an
Here's Harold Castro with an 0-1 count.
Harold Castro seems to have grabbed this opportunity and run with it. Fouled away.
That updating.
I think every player goes through it. There's the arsenal for you, Darvish. You can see
I don't
all the
think-
different pitches. This is coming into the season with his cutter, his four-seam fastball, the slider, the sinker, the splitter, and the curveball. He only misses a knuckleball and maybe.
How's the
a
audio
knuckleball.
anyway?
He's got them all.
Maybe a little louder.
Another one fouled back.
I think that's the only reason he's doing it. He's challenging the.
There, is that a little better?
throughout baseball that are former pitchers, and there's a lot of them, because you're trying to figure out what was that pitch by looking at the monitor. Right.
Damn, there ain't nobody here right now.
Some more talented guy than us that puts it on.
Anyway, 0-2.
A lot of times we can't differentiate between the slider and the cutter.
And that'll be the second out of the inning. Only 1 play, though, for, I believe, Hosmer.
To retire.
Runner to second base. 2 away for Miguel Cabrera.
For Miguel Cabrera.
Oh, that's good.
We talk all the time about Javi Baez and how good a base runner he is. With 1 out, he's going on the pitch, and he sees movement. He's trying not to get deked. You saw Kim there pointing back. It's almost like sometimes runners get deked into that. You got to follow through those.
What's up, Kevin?
Just go to your base. Your head's down, and if you get
What's up,
doubled off,
Edward?
that's just the way it's
How you
gonna
doing?
be, but he reached second, avoided that.
How you
double
guys all doing? Ugh. Gotta keep refreshing the page because the view count
Good
keeps
series for
being
Miguel Cabrera. A
that's
couple of
cool.
extra
It's
base
mad.
hits for him, and he fouls the first pitch away.
Yep.
Series opener, he hit home run
Hopefully
number
it starts
506
updating.
of his career, and then last night a double,
Doing good? Well, that's good.
number 606 of his career, and really good with runners in scoring position.
Could we see a whole new team? Probably not.
Outside, Baez on the move, and he steals third.
Hey, Baez, I think, just stole third base. Pretty heads-up base run in there, so now a single definitely scores a run.
who is Matthew Batten
believe that's
today.
updated.
Machado DHing, and he sees Madden way back. Then he watches the pitcher, Yu Darvish, and he realizes.
Oh, you're
not
fine.
even
Don't
looking
you
at
don't
him.
need to be
He's
sorry
swinging.
about
It's
anything.
Absolute. Look at this walking lead. It's called a secondary lead, and off he goes. I mean, no chance. You got
Good aggressive play by Baez.
No throw at all.
Yeah. 2 times he has stolen third base.
Here's the 1-1.
It's fun to watch.
Down low, 2-1.
That's low 2-1 to Cabrera.
You know, there's a lot of managers say, well, I'd rather have you stay on second base there and let Miggy hit because there's 2 outs.
Well, Jabo's holding out for the Ravens. That's funny.
But
He's the only guy yet to sign from the
I
draft
think that
class.
gets by the catcher will, so always taking that 90 feet is an advantage.
3-1 on Cabrera. All right, I forgot what I have to do.
This is our high
Make sure you leave a like if you haven't. Notifications weren't sent out for the stream. Yada yada yada, as per usual. Don't really know why.
cover third. It's like I'm a little late.
YouTube seems to hate my channel for no particular reason.
Learning lessons for a young
There might be some home runs. I don't know. It's raining pretty good though. I think the weather kind of prevents a lot of that.
Runners at the corners.
We'll see though. I don't know. Maybe.
If Detroit
Hopefully
scores
some home
at
runs,
least
but
3
you
runs
know.
in this game, visit a
Cabrera
participating
walks, so it'll be
artist
runners at
station
first and third, 2 away.
of Curly Fries. They have scored at least 3 in each of the first 2 games against the Padres.
Candelario's been playing good baseball lately.
Tonight, they blew out San Diego 12-4.
At least been hitting halfway decent anyway.
Tight one last night in extra innings, 6-4.
I gotta keep updating this. I wish it would just start fucking updating, dude. So annoying.
Well, Jamer's been swinging the hot bat.
Have to
lately.
change it,
Let's see if
refresh
he can
it,
pick up
refresh
an
it.
early run and get the Tigers on the board first.
Our first pitch strike. The
0-2 or 0-1 on Candy.
88. Bob Melvin in his first season there in San Diego, 19th in the major leagues and considered by
Nice.
just about everybody to be.
Definitely going to be watching the last game of the Subway Series today. Mets K. Oh, that sucks.
He's endured a long
What's the
time.
series right now? 1-1 or 2-0 Mets? If the Mets are already up 2-0, then it's like, well, I guess you're avoiding a sweep.
Oakland A's, Bobby Melvin, season predictions came out. They were not
1-0.
supposed to do anything. Oakland had nobody.
Right.
And he turned
What is it, a
nobodies
2-game
into
series?
good
Oh, okay.
players in postseason teams.
That's a short series. Here's the 0-2, and that could be down a base hit. Tigers take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Candelario hits a little bloop single into left center, and 1-0 Tigers. Runners are at first and second, and yeah. There we go.
Elevated pitch right here, and you see the inside-out swing. Jamer got just enough of the barrel to it to flip it out over the shortstop Kim's head into that no man's land to pick up the first run.
Oh yeah. Hoping that number goes up. Oh yeah, the number's going all by itself now. Hooray, I don't have to fucking move it.
In the ground out by Harold
Candelario picks up his 7th RBI of the series.
Home on that looper to left. 1-0
Here's Eric
Detroit.
Haas,
Here's
one of the
Eric
hotter
Haas.
hitters on the Tigers all season long. So let's hope he can continue that hot streak and, you know, maybe drive in some more runs.
But with this mist kind of fog combination, you think it's real heavy air. It's going to be hard to drive a ball and get any kind of carry. So you kind of want to just shorten up, make. Good
Damn, it's
solid
raining pretty good, it
contact.
looks like, based on this camera.
See the raindrops hitting our camera there.
Pops it foul.
It'll be 1-1 now on Haas as he fouls the pitch away. Good time for Candelario to be on fire, too. I mean, right when we can trade him away.
We continue to talk about it, Jack, but it's worth repeating on a regular basis.
Glad to see him raising his trade value right as time calls for it.
Helping this lineup along and giving Detroit the early lead.
Hope the Tigers score 85 runs today,
Before the game, you can't afford to have a shortened lineup. Need
or
those
just
guys.
this season. And that I mean, they might not even hit that many this season.
Haas is becoming one as well. Takes it off speed.
That'll be strike 2 right down the middle.
Good-looking curveball.
Probably a pitch that Haas should have at least attempted a swing at.
Well, what makes an everyday player is consistency, both offensively and defensively. Managers eventually pretty much have to put you in the lineup because every day you're doing something to contribute.
And that'd be timeout or whatever.
A battle. Keep those guys on the bench that
Saturday staying right
should be in
night.
the lineup.
Oh.
I mean,
Hell
it's
yeah,
always
Eddie. I'm not sure what that means, but for sure. No, there's no need. The useless thing to know. We all know their offense is god awful.
Detroit hustles harder. You bet.
You don't need to look it up. I don't care.
On the move.
If you want to look it up for yourself and just not say the information, that's cool.
And then a little
'Cause I really didn't care. Voit, Nola, and Kim. Voit, Nola, and Kim. 4, 5, and 6 do up here for the Padres in the top of the second. 1-0 Tigers lead. It'd be weird if you were just like, that was bad. The Tigers. It's like, yeah, we know. We've watched the team play. Yeah, I don't think any notifications got sent out for this stream. There's no one here. No one's leaving likes. It's a bad stream so far. Today what? Oh, you hope they score that many today? Yeah, that's not possible. Yeah, Scooball's pitching at least, our only good pitcher. But you know what's even funnier is we'll have a mystery pitcher on Friday night, which will be our 15th different starting pitcher used this season. If you're wondering why things haven't gone exactly as per planned. Probably has something to do with 15 starting pitchers. No, he's been on the Padres for a while. I think he was on the Dodgers and the Padres.
Money encounter today. It's been the bad and the
Steady doing his thing.
Jack last night, this special defensive
But I guess if you don't watch any like real National League baseball, then it's.
how athletic this play was. Off balance, hitting the.
I would imagine it's probably Chichi Gonzalez as long as he's got his vaccine or whatever.
Out of the way of the sliding runner.
Because we'll find out after today's game who's going to Canada and who isn't.
And we've seen some really
Last year we were 100% vaccinated, so I could only imagine it's some of the new players. So you could look at guys like Chafin,
love the way Javier Baez plays the game.
Barnhart,
I know
some of the pitchers that were call-ups.
You're going to see that a lot. Luke Voit.
I don't think it'll be any of the Tigers that were on the team last year, because according to the team last year, we hit 100%. So
On the base paths,
I don't know who it is.
maybe a lot
Yeah,
of people-
Baez could be one of them.
It's refreshing.
So we'll find out after the game.
Voit fouls it away.
You think Luke Voit has ever shortened up and gone to right? I mean, this
Kenny's like,
every swing is going for the downs.
those are gonna become like weird people's favorite players. Like everyone, like all the non-vax people are gonna be like, I'm building a team of super players in my head right now. Primarily consists of Kansas City Royals and a couple Cardinals. It's a pretty good team though with Arenado and Goldschmidt and Bobby Wood Jr. Outside of that, there's kind of shitty pieces. But we got a good fucking core right there with 3 good players. So it'll be tough to deal with.
Fun to contemplate.
You just start building up the no-vax all-star team.
Grounds it foul.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, those are 3 really rock-solid pieces for an infield. Great first baseman, shortstop, and third baseman. There you go. There's your left side of the infield and a good fucking scooper.
He's trying to intimidate the pitcher.
That was Kirk Gibson.
I don't think most teams have that much talent on them.
He pops this one up.
But you just could never play in Canada. That's the
Still
only
drifting
problem.
under it.
Anyway, 1 away and a pop out to the second baseman. Now up is Nola.
I'm getting wet right now, guys, but that's the least of our worries as we roll on here today.
So we'll find out soon who's from the Tigers is nominated for the Novak team. It's a prestigious honor to get, I guess.
who turned down a $440
Everybody looks at each other
million offer to sign
distrustingly in the
with
dugout
Nationals.
and just
They want a big haul, though. They want 4 or 5 of an organization's top prospects.
mired
Guys
in
who are already
deep,
at the majors
deep
on
amounts
the
of
verge
personal
being
research.
there, from your organization. If you don't want to pay their asking price,
I would
keep
imagine the
on
people
watching,
that
they're
say
not
do
really
your
gonna
own
negotiate.
research,
The Yankees,
they must be
Cardinals, and the
busy ass
Dodgers, as
people,
well as the Padres, said to be in
because
on
like I've read
negotiations for
academic
retaining
journals,
that slugger from the Nats.
and them motherfuckers
Because
take a
they're gonna
long
be a
time to
buyer,
read.
right? Oh, they're gonna be a buyer.
But I can only
They're not
imagine
going to catch the Dodgers in the division race, but,
that all these
they like
anti-vax
the
people are
chances
sitting
to
there
get into
just
the playoffs, and,
elbows
adding
deep
a
in
guy like Fiedler will
motherfucking
certainly help as far as
academic
that goes in the
journals and shit,
playoffs.
but
At the end of this year,
it's
you
pretty
have
crazy.
potentially 3 playoff runs, so, a guy that could be moved
Well, I
to the
don't
next
trust that
deadline
shit.
this
Oh,
year
okay.
rather than waiting for next year to come.
They do have a very good farm system. We saw Mackenzie Gore last night. He was injured. He's one of those guys. C.J. Abrams is injured.
Did you hear what AssBlaster92 said on fucking Reddit?
Hassel, a couple others who are
No, and I don't
MLB
care.
Pipeline's Top 100. Lifted to left field. Robbie Grossman is under it.
2 away, they're on a fly out to Robbie Grossman.
Imagine, Jack, San Diego with Fernando Tatis Jr.
AssBlaster92 a year ago was talking about Pokemon.
and the
Now he's all of a sudden a government, he's an expert on immunization and diseases and virology and immunology.
You know, it's not our money, so we don't have to
Dude
worry
didn't
about
even
it.
graduate high school, but he's
All I
your
can
new
say is
trusted source
my
on
question would be to you
on
is
all
Juan
things
Soto
medicine.
exactly what
Fun.
this ball club needs?
Or even better, someone like the name Cat
Or is
Turd.
there a
That's
bigger
your
need
new,
on that ball club?
Oh, there's
that's
no
your guy.
question they-
He's got inside info. Yeah, I'm sure he does.
I mean, in my mind,
Hey,
anyway.
do you know who I think for pitching isn't a good pitcher? William
With all due
Astudillo.
respect to the guys they have playing now, they need someone out there.
Is he a position player that sometimes pitches when the team's getting like blown out or something?
Bullpen arm or arms, so it wouldn't surprise me if San Diego moved, for-
Realmuto sucks this year. I don't know what happened to him.
Get Drew Pomeranz back soon. Or
I'm glad we didn't wind up signing him because boy, oh boy, did he turn into shit.
They've got a real good starting
I'd have been real bummed out.
Blake Snell and Sean Manaea.
No shot or shot. I don't really. That has nothing to do with it. He's just playing terribly
Yeah, I
this year.
like their starting pitching.
1-2 count here for Kim. Screwball pitching pretty well so far this afternoon.
Kim to second base when Tatis gets back, and then Hosmer and you got Cronenworth. There's a foul.
But Phil, if it's just a position player pitching, it's not a big deal if he's throwing 40 miles an hour. What's up, Nicholas? How you been? I've been good. I've been good. You almost ready for football? Slowly, everything's ramping up and getting started. Grossman, Scope, and Reyes. Grossman, Scope, Reyes here in the bottom half of the second. Tigers lead 1-0. Grossman, Scope, Reyes, 7-8-9 for the Tigers. And, yeah, good start to the game. Yeah, so it's not that big a deal if he comes in and pitches. I mean, no one really is a big fan of position players pitching, but it's one of like those shitty necessary evils, where it's like, well, I guess we're down 9 runs. Do I really want to burn off my bullpen in a fight for 4 innings, or do I want to, give them a rest and just throw one of the guys out there? Bad situation. Yeah, if we trade with Boston, yeah, if we don't get Duran back, that'd be stupid. But I fucking don't talk trades, though, Kenny. I don't know when he'll be back. Probably soon. He was taking batting practice in Detroit. But when you have consecutive compounding wrist injuries, because you fall off your motorcycle more than once, then it might take a little second. You're excited for the Lions, Eddie? Yeah. I mean, when does Hard Knocks start up? If you're a Lions fan, that's probably when you'll get to see the Lions unveil their helmets. If you haven't noticed, compared to the rest of the league, the Lions have made like no announcements, no like reveals of uniforms. I believe they have new helmets that they're gonna wear this year. We'll see though. Yeah, that's the reason they do it, Phil. It's just to save the bullpen in a blowout. It sucks. No one likes doing it, but it's also like, it's a necessary evil. It's like,
It could be family.
let's see if San Diego can hold together this time, because last year they fell apart at the worst. Yeah, that sucked last year. I really thought I was going to finally get to watch the Padres do something. But of course, they did what they do best and collapsed. Yeah, Nicholas, those are really nice. Yeah. Most teams went with new black helmets too, which is really cool.
I could tell in your voice how well you could live with that. At least
I think there's also just a lot of Padres fans in Michigan, and I have no idea why there's this crossover. I think it's because they're a good enough team where you could root for them, but no one can accuse you of bandwagoning because you could immediately go, "What am I bandwagoning? Please tell me." Well, nothing really. They didn't even make the playoffs, did they? Not really. What the fuck am I bandwagoning? 20 years of being like the Royals of the National League? Yeah, that's cool. Except they're worse because they didn't win a World Series out of nowhere in the middle of the 2010s. Still the most random fucking 2 years of baseball, I would say, was when the Royals went to back-to-back World Series. That was crazy, wasn't it? So I see a lot of those stadiums. Oh, that's pretty cool. Going to Cali to see those.
Pretty impressive numbers against the
Yeah, I've been a fan. I'm a Padres fan. They're my National League team.
each of those starts.
I've been a fan of the Padres since I was a boy.
Second in the Cy Young in
But
2013.
it is what it is on that.
Despite leading the American League in strikeouts.
A couple of my favorite players of all time are on this. Played for this team.
Rounded foul.
Yeah. I'd love to see an all-white lion for the helmet on the baby blue.
Look at his delivery, how he lifts that leg up. And then he
No,
pauses.
because the
That's
lion's
bounce
blue.
going
That's the
more than
logo. It's a
anything
blue
else.
lion.
He actually rotates
They don't really
his
need to do
hips a
much
little
with
bit further,
changing the
and
lineup.
he comes at
If
you.
anything, they're gonna go with the black helmet with the blue, kind of like the Panthers one.
Right towards the catcher's glove. He doesn't fall off very bad. It's got
You think Candyman's hitting a home run again today? That'd be cool. We could use it.
and goes right up.
I don't know. We'll see what the Lions do. They could go with the blue helmet too. There's a lot of talk of blue helmets
Profar is there.
with a black lion or something on it,
And now a message from your Southeast
so
Michigan
we'll see.
Ford dealers.
Or a blue helmet with a white outline, and then the blue, another blue lion, like a white outline of a lion that kind of shapes off of a blue lion. It'd be kind of, it's hard to explain, but you have to imagine it's blue, then the white outline of a lion, and then inside there is blue with the marks. And since you're a Dodgers fan, I have decided I despise any team in my division, but I hate the Giants. Yeah, I mean the Giants are baseball's last real dynasty.
And a first pitch strike.
Yeah, I heard that, Charles. Pistons got the Teals back. That's pretty cool.
Red here when you watch Darvish is don't expect any baseball.
Yeah, I mean the helmets are nice. I like all the new ones so far, except the Texans. They're kind of just, it's just like, well, here's our old helmet. Like, well, I guess that's the point. Patriots did the same thing. But the Patriots, see, like, it's just weird when a team that's only existed for like 15 years goes, we're going to bring back our retro helmets. You mean the helmets you just kind of changed out of like 4 years ago? Like for it's like the same helmet as what the Falcons are doing, but the Falcons helmet looks way better simply because it's like it actually got retro appeal to it. The fuck about the Texans is retro. Just make a new helmet. Do what the Panthers did and move forward. You're not an old enough team like to like be going like we're bringing back the red helmets. It's like, okay, they were only gone for like 2 years. I don't know what you're like getting excited about. No, you know what team is trying their balls off right now? The Titans. They're about to be the coldest fucking people ever. Do you know what alternate logo they're fighting to get helmets for and jerseys to get? They want to be called the Houston Oilers. They want the Houston Oil Derrick logo on the fucking helmets. They want the word Oilers across the jerseys. That shit would be so cold-blooded. You know how much the Texans have offered to pay the Titans for like that logo and those rights? So much money. No, you have to understand the deep history of the Titans and Texans to understand that if they do this, that will cause on-field fights between these teams. Like, you do not understand. Like, there's a sensitive long history with the Oilers nickname. And the Titans now are just going, we don't give a fuck anymore. That's our alternate team nickname. We're also the Tennessee Oilers. And it's like, oh, interesting.
back in. It's almost like
Yeah, that's they want to start wearing their Oilers helmets.
He starts off the plate and tries to catch
And they
the
don't want to
outside
sell it
corner.
to the Houston Texans, which is hilarious because the Texans would love to buy that. They really want to, like, yeah, well, we knew that, Kenny, yeah. Scope strikes out, 2 away. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Grossman flies out. Scope strikes out. Now up is Victor Reyes, the number 9 hitter.
Autograph signing on Saturday, August 6th at 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock.
Chargers.
At Comerica Park. Autograph tickets are on sale.
They've never won anything, and they're like painted as a Super Bowl team right now. And I think Miami's also criminally overrated right now. But those are the number one most overrated team to me right now is the Chargers, and we'll see how I feel when the season starts. I could see them winning 8 games, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. You heard it here first. That's my one of my hottest takes of the year. I think is that the Titans probably aren't going to be that good, or well, them too. They won't be shit either. If the Colts are actually a good team this year, then Titans won't be anything. I don't really see much. Coming from a Bills fan, I want to see more of the older style jerseys and helmets. Yeah, I like the Patriots going with their old ones. Titans are the old Oilers, aren't they? Technically, yep. The Titans are the Oilers. Well, I mean, technically, Baltimore. I know that, Phil. But every other time this has happened, the team has sold basically the naming rights back, like if they'd like to use them. For example, Baltimore, they don't have to let Cleveland use the word Browns. They're technically the Cleveland Browns. When they moved over to Baltimore, they could have the Baltimore Browns. They could wear that throwback logo. But, they did the right thing and sold the... Usually it's like millions of dollars these idiots are turning down. This is like millions of dollars that the Texans have offered to buy it, by the way. This isn't just like, give us our name back. No, it's like they've offered like 9 digits to buy the name back, and the Tennessee Titans are just being little shitlords and going, nah. What's up, Karam? Yeah, that's why, Nicholas. I have them as overrated, and the Dolphins as well, because I don't really believe Tua is a good quarterback. But I mean, I'm just a hater.
Low and inside, it's a full count.
You wish you were going to the Sweet Lou game? Dude, you don't have to say anything. My team's about to be at 60 losses. Who cares? Season's over for some teams.
He needs the ball away from him to really execute it, or an inside-out swing.
Yeah.
That's foul.
The original Cleveland Browns were the current day Baltimore Ravens.
Tigers head to Toronto.
Okay, so here's the long history of why. Okay, so everyone always likes to shit on Bill Belichick for his time and tenure in Cleveland. Here's what was going on in the background of that Cleveland team. They had this new upstart, like proto GM in the Ozzie Newsome, the GM of the Ravens, who was like a super GM. Well, Bill Belichick and company was actually like winning games and making the playoffs with an owner and a team set that was trying to get the team out the fuck of Cleveland and trying to get them a new stadium or moved. They didn't want to play in Cleveland anymore. There was like a whole ownership, and everybody else was trying to lose, and Belichick somehow was out there winning games and putting this team that was non-competitive, not trying, not giving a fuck. And then they stopped doing that because they had a draft plan to go after some linebacker. I'm not really sure if you guys remember his name. It's weird to Ray Lawis or something like that. Ray Lawis. Some really scary linebacker out of Miami that Bill Belichick was drooling over, and basically probably created one of the first tanks to ever get. But after that season, they fired Bill Belichick, and they still stole his draft plan and pretty much just drafted the Super Bowl winning Ravens. And 2 years later, won a Super Bowl in Baltimore as the Browns. But then they, oh yeah, Ray Lewis. That's what it was. No, basically, so what happened is they fucked Bill Belichick over, stole his draft plan. Ozzie Newsome looks like a genius GM because he stole Bill Belichick's plan to draft Ray Lewis. The way everything he did was stolen. He basically admits this. Yeah, we stole Bill's plan. It was without Bill Belichick, there is no Baltimore Ravens. That started off. So I mean, there is that. And then then he drafts Brady. It's just there's just barely any time between him becoming a head coach. He actually did pretty fucking decent with what the situation was in Cleveland before he got there. And then he gets Brady. It's like, well, what's he supposed to do? Well, like, go back in time and coach before? Like, become a head coach earlier so he got more time in before a 20-year run with Tom Brady? Like, I don't know how that's used against him when you literally don't... If you don't know the history of the Cleveland Browns who became the Baltimore Ravens, and then you don't know, like, the diabolical history of the way that they were about to fucking scapegoat Bill Belichick and use him as the reason for everything. Yeah, there's a whole thing behind that. Yeah, there's a whole dirty history and operation behind the Cleveland Browns and Bill Belichick. They pretty much raised him up like a fucking sacrificial lamb and slit his throat. And then moved the team on him to Baltimore. Because Bill didn't want to lose and lose the team from Cleveland because he really likes the Browns in Cleveland. You ever notice that Bill really hates playing the fucking Ravens? Like, there's like an actual like animosity when the Patriots and Ravens play. Like, you can actually like see intensity from the team. Like, the Patriots play different when they play the Ravens. Like, there's a more harshness, there's a more aggressiveness. It turns into an old school football game. And it's been like that every time Bill plays against the Ravens. It turns into like this fucking very complicated, weird game. And that's because Bill has a deep hatred of that team. Or, you know, they fucked him. What's that?
Got him playing in a few different spots for San Diego. Ground ball to third. Routine for Jamer Candelario.
Scooble seems to be locked in here early. Detroit obviously getting that run in the first, putting a little pressure on Darvish. He had a clean second inning, so two guys that we predicted would be kind of dealing out here today. It's going to be, runs are going to be at a premium, and it looks as though that's the case. You know,
they also Bill also has a... No, I would say the Ravens did pretty well against the Patriots. Mainly because they understand how to play against Bill Belichick a lot. Like, it's a lot of the reason why like disciples do well against Bill usually, or like the coordinators that become head coaches do well against him. The Ravens did well against him, and Tom Coughlin knows how to coach against him. They just kind of know him fundamentally, so like they have an easier time dealing with like his like thought process on football. Especially Coughlin, that motherfucking piece of shit. Any other coach we probably beat. With the same team, different coach, destroy them. It would fucking nuclearly destroy them. But that bitch-ass Coughlin and Bill Belichick were basically, you know, I think they came up on the same staff.
You and I talked about this in 2019 about Matthew Boyd. People wondered the same.
Like, at one point, I'm pretty sure they were just coordinators on the Giants together.
He's a lefty, he's a good leader, you'd love to keep him.
One sec, though.
And now people complain that the Tigers didn't trade him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They had conversations. I just don't think there was anything offered that was going to be adequate.
More than adequate. Pitch there to Trent Grisham to line out to third. We touched on it last night, Jack, and A.J. Hinch said as much. The reason people are speculating about some of the Tigers' talent is because they haven't won.
I just thought I heard something.
They haven't been good enough.
I'm supposed to be eventually having someone come from the apartment place to fix something that broke on my toilet, but it's I don't know when they're coming. I thought I heard people slamming around. I was like, oh, maybe they're finally here to fix the motherfucker. So I fucking whatever though. That'll be down low, ball one. 2 away here in the inning. Batting the batter now.
They're still in the hunt. So to your point, when you win, you want to add.
Just my neighbor getting home.
You've got to figure out a new way to start winning.
No, I don't think people are overhyping the Bills to be Super Bowl favorites. Why do you think that?
Well said. Matthew Batten, the number 9 hitter, and the third baseman today. 0 for 2.
No, why wouldn't you like Harbaugh? I'm sure Harbaugh is pretty well liked by other coaches. In all honesty, the dude's a really smart football mind.
You know, the key to the back end of that conversation is what you get in return.
I mean, they probably don't like coaching against him, but I wouldn't imagine there's any like personal animosity between the guys. The Harbaughs seem wildly likable.
Second straight 1-2-3 inning for Tarek.
Even Jim Harbaugh seems like a lot. Maybe it's because he's rah-rah Michigan, so I'm kind of like fuck yeah, even though I don't like the Wolverines. He's just very pro this state. So maybe like there's that part of me that's like, I don't know, I don't mind the Harbaughs. They just always, I don't know, they just seem like football guys. So I don't know, I don't really see in a league of football guys, I see them as pretty well liked. I guess Jim is a little cornier, but Harbaugh, like the John, is just really laid back. I think they'll go to the AFC Championship game, but I don't know. There's going to be a Cinderella team this year like the Bengals were last year. So question. If the Patriots win the Super Bowl this year, is that an underdog story? Or what is that considered? Now, I know it's not likely to happen, right? It's probably not going to happen. But due to the fact that it's so unlikely to happen and with the level of talent on all the other teams in the NFL, in the AFC, if them motherfuckers actually make a run, is that an underdog Cinderella story? Or no, because it's the goddamn Patriots. Why would you even say that? No, Ghost. I hope we don't. I hope the trade deadline comes and goes and we only trade like Jonathan Scope and Candelario. I'd laugh so goddamn hard at people. I'm glad that they made that statement because everybody's misinterpreting what that means. Just because they said everybody's available, that's just a, you know what? Okay, so if you were to ask me as if I was a GM and if anybody was to be tradable, because obviously teams are, you know, the Tigers are sellers, I'd be like, yeah, everybody's available. You make an offer on anybody. I don't give a fuck. What does that mean? That's literally basically what he said. Everyone's like trying to make it sound like he's like, yeah, we're trading everybody. No, he just didn't want to answer about individual goddamn players. What about this guy? What about this guy? What about this guy? What about that guy? That's what that statement fucking means. It's basically like me up here going, yeah, I hate talking about trades. I don't think we'll trade anybody. It's just a gross general statement to avoid the specific state, like talking about things, because it's really annoying to speculate on specific trades. That's all. That's literally what I think is going to happen with that. People are out here acting like they're actually going to trade fucking Tarek Skubal. For what? A good young starting pitcher? Oh, well, this one doesn't get hurt. We might as well fucking trade him. Now, I guess if some team were to call up and offer like all of their top prospects, yeah, you take the fucking trade right now. Like like if the Yankees called up and said, "Hey, we want Tarek Skubal. We'll give you Volpe." You're like, "Oh, wait a minute, what?" And they offer like their or like the Dodgers call up and offer their 3 number 1 prospects for Skubal, and Fulmer. They're like, "Hey, we'll give you our 3 number 1 prospects who are probably the 3 best prospects in all of baseball." Yeah, you take that trade, you don't even think twice about it. You're like, yeah, just here you go. So sorry for taking so long to answer your call, Mr. Dodgers. Thank you for these great young players. Yeah, that's something you would do. Other than that, what the fuck would you trade Tarek Skubal for? You know what I mean?
A base hit to right. Then he advanced to second base. Really good base.
Yeah, I mean, Scope would get us a good, decent return.
He was on the move. He steals third.
I'm gonna say since they're not favorites and they have way too many teams ahead of them that were favorites. I do think Von Miller. No, Von got a good amount.
So far, and right smack dab in the middle of all of it.
I don't know. I think cash over cap's gonna be figured out, but again, you know that's gonna come due. Like you guys have a window. Just so you're aware, Phil. You got about 2 or 3 years right now. And if you don't win it, it's not going to happen. Because there's a lot of there's a lot of motherfucking money coming due on that team soon. And how much was Allen's contract? Has he signed it yet? I would trade Skubal, but I would trade a position player for 2 to 3 years in return. Yeah, it would have to be next year. They would literally have to be like traded to the team and playing in the same trade like day. Like there would be no minor league situation with a guy. I wouldn't want to see like if we traded a player like Skubal, we'd get like 3 guys who are in AAA hitting 300. And like they're about to be called up anyway, like that level of closeness. If we trade Fulmer to like a Red Sox, you want to get a Duran back. Like if you don't get at least him back, you're fucking lost that trade. No, give us that center fielder who looks like he's pretty talented. Yeah, he had that dipshit moment where he lost the ball, but you know what? I still put him in right field then. Put him in a corner outfield spot. That kid's got some talent with the bat, and he wouldn't be a bad trade for a player like Fulmer, who probably isn't going to re-sign here in the offseason anyway. That gives you a good young little outfielding
The
talent.
real question is, will they add to that lead at all?
I think they have like Ryan Kreidler, I believe, fits that role next year, Ghost, and I'm pretty sure that's why they're just gonna let Candelario go. If he doesn't get traded, that he's I think it's already come out that we're not tendering him. He was talking about Von Miller being older, Phil. Jake Rogers should be back this season, by the way, Tigers fans. It's a 1-2 count on Harold Castro. Just what we needed, another sub 200, another sub 250 hitting catcher to come back and help us out.
To the fourth, Tarek Skubal.
Maybe we can just get rid of Barnhart, though. Be like, all right, thanks, Tucker. See you later, you bitch. Anyway, top of the fourth of a very quick-moving game coming up. Top of the fourth coming up. It'll be Profar, Cronenworth, and Machado. 1-0 Tigers lead. 1, 2, 3, top of the lineup due up for the Padres. Profar, Cronenworth, and Machado. And I believe Joey Wentz is also expected to return this season. You guys know that Friday we will do something I don't think any other team's done this year. I know. We're going to make... we might actually be fast approaching Major League Baseball history. Hey, what's up, Negan? Do you know what history we're fast approaching? By the way, if we have 11 likes, if you haven't left a like, consider doing so. It helps the stream out quite a bit. Gets a few more people in here. Plus, it's free to do. Helps me out. When is kickoff for what? Oh, thank you for subscribing, Mark. What do you mean when's kickoff? What's Friday? 1-0 Tigers lead. Friday. Oh, shit, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Friday. Yeah, Friday. The Tigers will have another new starting pitcher, making it a grand total of 15 different starting pitchers this season. What fucking team has 15 starting pitchers just available to go? The fuck even is this season? If I hear one more person talk about how bad this season's gone without mentioning how injured this baseball team is, I'm gonna fucking hit something. 15 starting different pitchers due to injuries. 15. 1-5. That's 3 times. That's 3 different starting rotations of full guys. Why aren't we any good? I don't know. We've used 15 starting pitchers. You can literally just start there and work backwards from everywhere. Be like, all right, well, we didn't have any starting pitching. We had to use 15 different guys at one point. That's it. That's the end of our problems. That's why the season was bad. I just literally diagnosed all of the Tigers' problems in about 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure. It was a pretty amazing job I just did. The fucking game just decided to poo-poo out on us. Oh, no, it didn't. It was a different one it pooped out on. Why isn't this working? Love it.
I don't know if you
here we go. Now it's
understand what that means, but you look up at the scoreboard and you realize I don't have room for any error right now. So I've got to really make.
Hopefully the audio is still good.
Tarek knows that. I mean,
I had to turn it to a more normal level here.
Every game with shutout.
Let me know if the audio is good or if it's a little loud.
Do your best every time, but in reality,
well, hopefully Vaughn will still play well. He'll probably play good for another 2 or 3 years. That's why I said you guys got about a 3-4 year window. Yeah, same here, Matt. That's where I'm at.
And he's definitely.
This was right here.
Only his second strikeout of the day.
Other one was way too loud.
But he's starting to get dialed.
You're going to the game August 7th against the Rays. Hopefully the Tigers win that game. When is kickoff? Do you mean for the regular season? I think September 11th, right?
He's got some really good stuff.
It's an interesting comment you made because obviously
Leonard Fournette had that hilarious tweet. Yeah, it's like no, September 8th is when I guess the regular season starts. But like Leonard Fournette probably had the greatest tweet. It was just like, see you September 11th, and it was just some like ominous picture of him like all kind of fat and like working, like getting ready to work out. And it's like, oh, it's like the idea of 9/11 just completely passed his head.
He's still got the lead. They got him a run.
I'm not kidding, by the way. Hold on, I'll look this up.
But my point is, that's when you're
It's
focused.
it's probably one of my favorite images. It'll take me 2 seconds to find it.
You had those
Leonard.
great battles with Dave Steve with the Toronto Blue Jays back in
Fournette,
the day. That was
9/11.
must watch, or back in your day, much listened to baseball. When you pitch against a guy who has got his best stuff, like Darvish and Skubal appear to have early on.
Hold on. Oh, it was a whole tweet. That's what it was. Yeah, hold on. I remember when this
I
was.
think you know it going out to the bullpen.
What's up, Rick?
At the start of the game.
Here, this is the great. They wouldn't have the same energy in your face, so why entertain them? See y'all September 11th.
That's his first hit in the series.
Yeah, going the other way.
And the replies are about as hilarious as you think it is. Hulk Hogan beating up the 9/11, or beating up the Twin Towers on 9/11, which is the secret truth behind the whole matter.
That swing again, inside out, going the other way. But did you see
One of
his
the great.
eyes? His eyes were on the baseball and then right to where he hit it.
One of the greatest, just complete misfires of a tweet ever, where it's like, we know what he was saying, but imagine not having any context to that tweet and not knowing that, like,
And I was just hoping that at some point
he plays
it might
football,
not be till late in the
and you
game,
just see that, and you're like,
be around in case
oh, that seems like an aggressive threat. What the fuck is this?
Skubal knows that.
Yeah, Rams and Bills. Yep.
Also knows this is the most dangerous
You know,
hitter
what's
in
your
the
biggest
San
pet
Diego
peeve?
lineup, and Manny Machado
There,
bounced
Ricky.
into a double
Rick.
play in the first.
Julio Jones plays his former team. Yeah, that's going to be cool to see. Sure, he's going to want to get some revenge against the Falcons. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like things are, like, super negative with him. He asked for a trade, and they traded him to the team he asked to be traded to.
Swung on and missed.
I don't know what he'd be upset about. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, revenge game. Revenge for what? Being treated very nicely? Yeah, I want my revenge against the team, you know? For what?
267.
Building you a Hall of Fame career, and then you asked for a trade, and they traded you really nicely?
Next guy to get to 500.
Like, to the exact team that you wanted to be traded for, to?
Most of them, although Nelson Cruz is kind of running
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I did demand a trade, and then I asked to be traded to the Titans.
When I look at that graphic right
That
there,
isn't their fault, is it? No, it's not that you didn't work out in
the number that
Tennessee
I'm looking at
because
is
you
their
didn't
age.
practice.
How much time can you predict them to still play relative to
Yeah, I remember. I heard that came out like it was like a big thing that it was like Julio just doesn't really practice. It's just like, oh, all right.
And as I said,
You forgot what it is, Rick?
live in our discussion.
Yeah, but he also like the team like pretty much said he doesn't practice. He just doesn't do anything.
Only 3 times has he played more than 100.
He didn't practice in Atlanta. He didn't practice
He's had 40 homers
in Tennessee. It kind of seems like Julio Jones isn't too big on the notion of practicing.
You need to sustain. And the
Yeah, the Falcons are going to be in a race with teams like the Seahawks for the worst team in football.
What Miguel Cabrera has done in his career.
The Bears.
We'll see another 500 home run hitter. I don't think we'll see another 3,000 hitter.
Well, I
Panthers
think
are kind of a question mark.
talk about Hall of Famers offensively in baseball.
Who knows about the Lions?
About 2 words: consistency and production and health. Right, 3 words.
Yeah.
Because they've been healthy.
Yeah, I never said anything bad. He just doesn't practice. What does that mean?
So, hard thing to do.
You're the one putting negativity on that statement.
That's why it's rare.
I literally said he has a Hall of Fame career and he doesn't practice. So what does that mean I'm saying?
Think of that. Almost 23
Think about it.
men have played at the major league level, and Miguel Cabrera's one of
Just really think about my statement all the way, Rick.
500 homers.
I literally said he's built a Hall of Fame career in Atlanta.
It really is.
He just didn't practice. Well, I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying he doesn't practice, and that could be why teams weren't too high on signing him. Gotta admit, pretty fucking weird. He wasn't signed till just now,
What Miggy's done.
and he only got what, $6 million with a bunch of incentives attached to it, which is exactly what I said he would get. About $6 million base with a bunch of incentives.
Pretty big at bat because you've got 1 out and a runner.
I'd even say the Broncos. To be honest, I don't think they've got the personnel. I think they. Didn't the Broncos finish like pretty good last year despite not having a quarterback?
So these at bats are so important. Make a quality pitch.
Yeah, show up to an actual football stream, and I'll talk football with you.
Chase out of the zone.
1 and 2, or 2 and 2 now on a pitch that was kind of high and away to Machado.
Fly ball you're hoping for, or the swing and miss. But
I'll briefly touch football stuff, but I'm not going to get into like deep talk. Sorry, Ricky. And I really don't want to talk about teams without multiple Super Bowls, so I don't, you know. The only way I'll talk about your team in depth is if they have more than 5 Super Bowls.
Popped it up.
Right
Harold
now.
Castro's got room.
Ah.
Oh, and he dropped it.
What are you so mad about, Rick? Yeah, they'll be just fine, Phil.
Because it's a foul ball.
They lost Noah Fant. He's not that good.
But that can be a game changer. You see it hits right in his webbing, but pops right.
I don't know what that was, but I'm pretty sure fucking
Close that webbing.
Torkelson would have caught that ball.
It happens.
I'm just not going to say anything. There's nothing to say. We all know what the fuck just happened.
Pick your guy up.
I'm glad they put an error on the board on that one because
Wants that ground ball.
they should be a good team. Kind of depends on the quarterback situation.
Foul back.
Yeah, that's if Machado hits a home run, I'm going to punch something.
They ruled that an error. I guess it can be.
No, he's in AAA. That's why we don't have a good first baseman anymore.
Thing is, no
Too hard to tell with the Browns. Don't know what they're going to be without Deshaun.
guy at first doesn't go anywhere. The guy at home doesn't go anywhere.
If they have Watson, they'll probably be one of the better teams in football. But without him, it's
Should have been an out.
what are you expecting? Top four, runner at first, one away, 2-2 count for Machado. 1-0 Tigers lead.
Instead,
Machado fouls another pitch away. It'll remain 2-2.
a lot of this last night, if you recall.
So I don't know. It's,
Number during our broadcast last night, number of foul balls hit by the Padres.
Yeah, we'll be doing an actual football stream tonight. If you guys want to talk specific football stuff.
It was more than double that to extend.
Nah, they won't be.
At bats.
I'll tell you why later though.
Garrett Hill, Jose Cisnero,
2-2 count.
Gregory Soto.
Yeah, had there been 2 outs, you could literally count the pitches after that error and add those as extra pitches.
They'll be like last year
Should've been out
if they
of the
don't
inning,
have Deshaun.
but because there's a 1 out, you really don't.
But probably worse
predict
because,
how many
I
more
mean,
pitches the guy
I think
will
injured
throw.
Baker is better than
All
Jacoby
I know
Brissett.
is you are adding pitches to the total pitch count for Tarek Skubal, and he needs to.
Torn
try to
labrum
help
Baker
himself
actually
out.
won like 8 games
Make
last
a
year. That's
quality
pretty.
pitch,
That's
maybe
pretty
get a
good.
double play. Make up for it.
I'll take a healthy Baker over a lot of guys. Not over Deshaun Watson. They made the right choice getting Deshaun Watson, but they might not have him this year because of some shit. Down low, ball 3.
Full count.
Pulls the string there with a changeup. Shadow, pretty good balance there. He didn't flinch.
Yeah, I mean they could also just use another outfielder. I believe is what the major compliments or statements on the Yankees are. They could use another outfielder.
And he's sort of a dead fish. In other words,
No, I don't think they made a mistake getting rid of Baker at all. No, I mean if you go get Deshaun Watson, get rid of fucking Baker. What the fuck? But if the mistake they made was the way they handled the Baker situation. They could have gotten a lot more out of that, but they kind of publicly shit all over him and basically were like, we don't want this fucking piece of shit. Anybody want to pay us a lot of money for it? And everyone's like, no, the way you just were acting about this thing, we don't want it at all. Fuck that, it's not worth anything. You guys have basically downright called this a childish piece of shit. And now you're out here going, we would like a first-round draft pick back for it. For what? A guy who's not that good that you're desperate to get rid of? So, yeah, I think the Browns made a mistake in how they got rid of Baker, but not in getting rid of Baker itself. They just shit the bed on the entire situation because it's the Browns. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, Sam Darnold's probably not even going to make the fucking roster. Especially since they got that Matt Corral kid. Darnold's going to be fighting for his life. Yeah, no. The right move. It was okay to get rid of Baker. It's just not. They didn't do it in the right way. They could have done that way more like coy and like gotten a lot more out of it.
Scoop on your Detroit Tigers. Well, then make sure to follow Bally Sports Detroit on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Because like if he would have signed with Atlanta, you guys would be in a fucking horrible situation.
Yeah, I think you nailed it when you said that one hurts a little bit.
Yeah, it's not good, Phil.
Long at bat.
Like you guys could have been in a real bad situation had Atlanta decided to fully guarantee Deshaun's contract.
By the pitching coach. Not only
You guys suddenly just going, call Deshaun, we'll fully guarantee every bit of money he wants. It literally saved your guys' team. You guys got him like that. Remember that. You guys pulled that off with some fucking wizardry the league has not yet ever seen and probably will never see again.
That was
Voit is up now. Voigt's up with 2 on and 1 out.
As you saw there, almost as many
Yeah, Castro fucked us.
Struble threw in the entire second inning.
Machado's thanking him.
Twice as many as he threw in the first.
You know how happy I was when the Padres got Machado? Because I've always liked players like Machado who like yell shit at other players. Because, you know, I won't say that I've done that, but like I've not done that in every game. Like, yeah, I got it at players, and I never understood why dudes looked at me like they had a problem. But I was bigger than a lot of people. When you know, I've been this size since I was like 12, so you know I was a big child, and no one really said anything to me. But boy was I! But now I figured out people didn't like Bush League play.
Change up.
You know, fucking thinking I was being smart by yelling shit at people like, got it, as I ran by them. So they look away and drop it. Smacking the shit out of fucking gloves when I came by so they might drop the ball. Gotta be sneaky, dude. I don't know. Baker Mayfield? I don't know. You know, this really isn't a football stream, dude. Like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but like, I don't know. Now all your questions are going to be met with an I don't know if it's about football.
For him to keep his hands on top of the ball, even though they're up high. Because
Yeah, dude, it's literally like you're just like, can you go in depth on what the Browns would have done if they didn't get Baker Mayfield? If they had to do something? It's like, no, this isn't a stream for that, dude.
Good block by Haas, but both players will advance.
All right, now you're spamming.
Cronenworth to third. Machado to
Learn how to
second.
say things in one
A
sentence.
wild pitch.
change up in the dirt. You see,
Uh,
Haas shifts over, but
Why
it
Haas
goes by him a
shouldn't
little
play
bit.
catcher. He's not very good at it. By the way, I only timed that person out because it's one of the troll people that make fake accounts and come in here, and they'll be back in, I don't know, 15
Two
seconds,
strikes on Voit, power hitter. You got to make a pitch.
if that.
Grounded foul.
The hardest pitch in the game is a two-strike. How do I avoid?
Yeah, and don't ever type
soft
like he
contact
was,
if you want it at
where you
somebody.
say like 3 things and
Detroit's
just
got their infield playing in right now. So
be like,
they
I will
try
hang
to cut
out
down
with
the runner at the
whoever.
plate.
It's like, all right, don't type like that.
They want
That could all be in one
hard hit
fucking
ball right at one of
box.
them. See how they're positioned.
And if you do that, I will literally time you out for
Ground
spamming
ball
because that's
will
fucking
play, but you want
annoying.
it right at somebody.
Popped it up. And now
That's how I type. I don't give a fuck that you type like an idiot,
Another long battle.
like
for
a
Sewell.
non-person.
And Turek has
Damn,
his
that kid just
hand
smacked the
with
shit out of that
the
guy. He's like,
changeup
damn it, why
on
didn't
the
you give
way.
me the ball? Anyway, it's a 2-2 count here for Voit. Runners are at second and third with one away. They need a strikeout here or something.
Both those pitches would work
Oh,
right now.
Voigt's can be. Here's the pitch coming up in a second.
Haas looks like he's shifting inside.
Up high, ball 2 or ball 3.
Not even close.
A little bit of control issues showing up again for Tarek.
Another
It's a
long at bat.
A very common issue for Scooball.
Two sliders.
Hey, we're up to 16 likes. I appreciate that. We're 4 away from the like goal, so if you haven't left a like, consider doing so. Helps out the stream quite a bit. What's up? Tank?
In the air, center field.
I don't really hate any team.
For Luke Voigt in San Diego, Cronenworth tags. So does
That'll
Machado.
score a run.
We're tied at 1 on the sacrifice.
1-1. Runner moves to third. Runner scores. So it's 1-1 now here in the top of the fourth. This inning should be over, but let's remember that Harold Castro dropped the pop fly. I don't like the Royals, I guess. I don't really hate teams in sports. I don't know. I hate the Colts in football. I hate the Jets because they're crybaby ass organizations that snitch on people. But other than that, I don't hate anyone else. And Peyton Manning was a fucking forehead steroid using, blame his wife for his HGH shipment douchebag.
1-0.
Dude got busted by the fucking FDA or by the DEA shipping drugs to his house, and he blamed his fucking
Almost as
struggling to
many
get
pitches
pregnant
this
wife.
inning as he had in the
Those are her HGH pills.
Tarek Skubal.
As his head's growing in size as he's talking. Fucking Barry fucking or Peyton Bonds.
Yeah, he's fighting himself a little bit, and I think it's because he's had
Yeah, the Tigers are having a great series. Yeah.
there. A lot
Doing
of
good, Lewis.
pitches
How you doing today?
to Machado, a lot of pitches
But in
to Boyd.
baseball, I don't really hate anyone like that. I hate the Giants. No, not the Giants, but I hate the Colts and I hate the Jets because they're snitches.
Another one inside. And he looks so comfortable in the first 3 innings, Jack. He had retired.
They
9.
cheat all the time, and then when they fucking someone does it back to them, they cry and fucking bitch and moan and groan until the league investigates the team. It's annoying as fuck.
Or the wild pitch. And then
2 of the most like scummy franchises that cheat all the time are like, oh, we got cheated.
Nova.
Yeah, you fucking bitches. You deserve it. Anyway, that'll be a walk. Another bad. This isn't going well for Skubal this inning. It'll be still 1-1 game. Runners are at the corners with 2 out.
Game situations, how to
Now up is Kim.
adversity, and he's
Game was going a bit too quick though. You know, it was like, yeah.
He does have the 2 outs, so he's 1 out from getting out of the jam, and overall, I think it'd be a sigh of relief for him to get an out here and get the guys in the dugout, and you're happy with a tie. But you give up a base hit here, and this is where it gets frustrating for him.
First pitch to Ha-Seong Kim is inside.
Ball 1. Oh boy.
A lot of glove side for.
Right back. I'm gonna go grab another soda.
No.
He is, and, you know, when you're doing that, you might want to call a couple pitches arm side. In other words, away from a right-hander, just so you can get a feel for your delivery and kind of get locked back into the strike zone. There's another slider that just can't keep on in the strike zone.
It is innings like these that have prevented Tarek Skubal from going deeper into games than he would like. He wants to go complete games. He's one of those guys who is pleading with A.J. Hinch and Chris Fetter about getting another inning. But these are long ones.
Yeah, and A.J.'s pretty much been honest with him. He said, look, you dictate that. It's up to you. And you can't really argue with looking at the total of pitches in these kind of innings. This is what prevents you from getting deep in today's game. Funny thing is, in years gone by, pitchers were allowed to pitch these kind of innings and still go deeper into games. And what they learned was your arm doesn't respond, your body's a little sore, you pitch a lot more pitches, so you're not going to respond as quite as well. And the next time out, because you don't have the good stuff, mentally you're more focused into throwing the ball in the zone more.
Oh man, the inning still isn't over. I was kind of hoping the inning would end.
37 pitches in the inning for Tarek.
How you doing today, Lewis?
Most he has ever thrown in a single inning.
He's only given up the 1 run so far.
Will this be an out? Oh nope.
And a bullet to center.
2-1 Padres lead.
Yeah, that was a cookie right there. For all the balls that he threw and missed.
Good, Brandon. How you doing? Ugh. I just went all screwy. There we go. It's back.
Look at how quickly that escalated.
Yeah, it's amazing. First
Uh-oh.
inning 7.
Oh, now it's
Only
good.
11 in the 3rd, and then just exploded.
Yeah, this is basically Harold Castro's fault for dropping that ball.
Ruiz.
And that should be the out. Ruiz flies out to, well, maybe. Hey, Victor Reyes with a nice play. You're doing okay. Astros in Oakland. Athletics is playing today at 2. Oh, there you go. So what, in like 15 minutes or so? Right, 3:37. Okay. So an hour from now.
Reyes reaching out in foul.
All right, we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. They get out of the inning, but they give up a bunch of runs. It's 2-1 now. Padres lead it. You're watching on your Roku television? Oh, nice. Sounds like a Roku TV ad. Oh man, my nose is itchy. That's the only problem with drinking that like fucking smoothie shit. My nose gets super itchy. My beard does. Especially because some of it gets on my nose or near my nose. Anyway, Cabrera, Candelario, and Haas, 4, 5, and 6 for the Tigers. Good shot to get some runs back this inning. Let's see if they can do so. It's 2-1 Padres, bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Padres lead. Darvish will be back on the mound for the Friars. Trying to sound like I know the team really well. Like, you know, the Friars.
Is Friday, August 19th, when the Tigers host the Angels at 7:10. The Fiesta starts at 5 o'clock with live music and dancing and a whole lot more. The first 10,000 fans 21 and older receive a Tigres hat.
I'm going to be optimistic and say back-to-back.
Tickets.com/tickets.
3 homers. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
You're tapping your toes. That's
My
okay.
birthday?
Here's Miguel
Next year in
Cabrera
June.
It'll be Cabrera, Candelario, and Haas in a sudden turn of events. 39 pitches for Tarek Skubal, the most he has ever thrown in a single inning, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits to give San Diego the 1-run lead.
Yeah, and here's the question: how will the veteran respond now? He
I actually think it was a legitimate month ago today.
Yeah. And he is.
Yeah, it was a month ago.
Man, how
Last
will that
month.
affect him?
Literally last
And
month
now
on the
that
dot.
he's the one with the
Yeah, if Harold would have caught that, that inning probably ends a lot better. Hold on, I have to go Google those. I'll be right back.
Low and away 1-2. Cabrera walked in the first. 3 walks in the series for him.
A kick out of Darvish, who's talking to himself. Miggy's talking to himself. Both about the last pitch.
Strike 3 called.
A lot of fastballs in that at bat.
That's 5 strikeouts for Darvish already.
Well, he spots this one away.
I'm back.
Just challenges him with the fastball. That's a great pitcher's pitch right there. Miggy's sitting on something soft or spinning, and he gets the express right there.
Ugh.
Here's
Man, 1 away.
Drove in the Tigers' lone run.
How's Google doing with
2
pitching?
quick
What do you mean?
strikes on him, and then he muscled one out to left field on a jam job.
You mean Skubal?
Makes it high 1-0.
He was doing good. And then his defense kind of fucked him around.
Good series for Candelario, as you see there. 6 for 10 and 3 home runs.
Here's the 1-0. 1-1 now.
1-1.
That was pretty much right down the middle.
Fly ball.
And that'll be the
Center
second out of the inning, it looks like. And 2 away. Here comes Eric Koss with 2 down now in the bottom of the fourth of a 2-1 Padres lead. What's up, Trey?
Time for
How's it going?
3D, powered by Google Cloud. Hugh Darvish and the stuff that he messes hitters up.
Hey, we're at 19 likes, everybody. I appreciate that. We're just about to hit the like goal of 20 every stream. So if you haven't left a like, consider doing so. Helps us out quite a bit. Thank you to everyone who has.
Like it's going to be
Just working on moving. Oh shit, you're moving out the you're moving to your own place or
He hasn't thrown a lot of them today.
living on your own now, or are you moving with family still?
For first time in a while too for Darvish. He's been a durable kid this year. Not always though. He's had a lot of injuries.
Are you finally taking the steps to be on your own some?
The Mets 2 out of 3.
It's always a fun feeling getting your own place.
Last night in Game 1 of their Subway Series. That was a fun watch. Nice catch, mister.
This man just did a slow turn for a ball he got. It was awesome.
Your thoughts about admiration in a situation like that?
I don't know
Was
if
was that a little bit?
Moved to a real house and not a trailer. Still a family though. Got a big land.
Too much?
I wouldn't take my
So a house
and if I did that,
on another
but,
part of it.
hey,
We'll
he's
still
been around a while. He's
start
earned
being
it.
built. Oh, nice, man. Congratulations.
Act like you've been
It's
there.
always a good feeling. It's always a good thing
Lazy fly ball to center field.
to move vertically in the world.
And Darvish is zoned in. That's 9 pitches, and the Tigers are out 1-2-3. We got a 2-1 ball game as we head to
Oh
the
yeah,
fifth.
getting out of being on other people's land and shit. Anyway, top of the fifth, it'll be Grisham, Batten, and Profar. 8-9-1 due up here for the Padres. 2-1 Padres lead here in the top half of the fifth inning. It'll be Grisham, Batten, and Profar against Skubal. Hopefully, Harold Castro decides to catch the ball if it's hit to him this half inning. That'd be pretty sweet. Hey, we hit 20 likes. Woo! We hit the like goal, yeah. Now we get to, I don't know. Both Padres runs are unearned due to the Castro error. Oh, well. So, did anybody else have the prison swap as the most likely thing that happened for Brittany Griner? And Paul Whelan? So, yeah, the proposed trade has been announced. The U.S. has offered up convicted Russian arms dealer Victor Bout for a couple picks in Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan. So, yeah, I mean, it was obvious what they were gonna do, right? Like, this was clearly like, well, we're gonna throw this bitch in prison for a really long time if you don't give us back if you don't give us our buddy back. And the U.S. is like, fuck. And that's 2 of them over there, and we really do got their one guy locked up. All right, we'll give you a bout, but you got to give us back our people. And Russia's gonna go, all right, cool. And we'll get him back, so that's cool.
Well, I just noticed that he lost.
That was the only thing that was ever going to happen, by the way. It was either they all sit in prison or they get sent back to their countries as a trade.
Especially with Manny Machado in the battle.
That was
most dangerous hitter. I feel like he might have thought, wow, like I made a pitch, should have gotten me out, and then he just started.
I mean, what else was gonna happen? They were always gonna get this guy back.
That's behind us now. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the reality. That's the way a pitcher's got to think.
And I mean, I think I've looked up what this guy. I think it's just like fucking assault rifles, so you know, fucking ARs and shit.
That's the story of baseball.
I don't think it was like serious arms like you need to be worried about, unless you think like I think unauthorized sales of machine guns is a bad thing. I don't.
Looks like it's really
Again, he's not really. I don't think he's as dangerous as he's like, you know. But again, he's just a Russian due to his selling guns.
Grisham is retired.
So
Yeah, Jack,
I don't know.
you're facing an ace of
seems like there's really no real bad guys being traded around. It's just
you can get to you early
a couple people who broke the laws in the wrong country. So
If you do get down, then it could be a long day.
might as well just give them back to their countries. Here, you get your people back. We get our people back.
Came up big early, putting us on the board with a big home run, but after that, it just seemed like Darvish settled down and
Avoids any kind of real ugly like geopolitical conflict between us. Like, I prefer to see the United States and Russia be able to come to some kind of an agreement on something like this, despite everything going on, because that signals to me that we're a lot further from everybody blowing each other up with nukes than people want us to be. Because the fact that we're even able to have conversation about the release of Brittany Griner for other people, and like there's like conversation back and forth, to me indicates that there's things aren't as far gone as like the media and the world would like have you think it is, despite there being a conflict in Ukraine. I don't like, to me this like the communication signals to me that nuclear like warfare exchange or nuclear rocket exchange is so far away. At least with us, they're not going to be lobbing nukes at the United States. It's not. We're not there yet.
starts out.
And, you know, you can see things like this as a positive. If you look at the overall scope of, like, what this means, it's like, oh, they're communicating and able to get deals done. Involving political prisoners and shit. Is it idea? No. But is it idea that they broke the laws in other countries? No. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not ideal when you're an American, you go break the law in another country. Then you get locked up. Like, it's like, yeah, it sucks, but like, what exactly are we supposed to just storm up like fucking Armageddon? No, like, I mean, what are we supposed to do? You know?
Then on the run, good throw.
You got to look at the situations, and like you look at Griner, it's like, oh yeah, that was a mistake. I don't know.
You know, those are legit. Right?
I think it's best if people aren't held as political prisoners, though. Especially when you can just trade.
Because I'm trying to keep you out of my kitchen, and then here comes that fork ball.
Yeah, then I sneak something soft away.
I have no chance.
That's just my view. I think it's better than what the alternative could have been, which is like just go armed in and get her, I guess. And go get him and Paul Whelan. And he's just like kicking the doors and shit. But it's like, yo, or we could just trade.
In this one so far, he's walked one.
No, I think Ukraine's still trying to fight.
Profar sends it in the air to shallow.
They're putting up a battle, man. I'll give them credit. I didn't expect them to last this long. Hey, we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. If this shit goes to a year, I think I owe somebody. I think I owe money because I was figured this would be like in Iraq. This would be Russia's Iraq invasion. Like 10 years down the road, they'd be like, yeah, that was bad. We shouldn't have did that. Now it's just going to be an embarrassing part of Russian history about how they couldn't topple a country right next to them in like 3 days. But like the Americans could go across the sea and topple multiple Middle Eastern countries at once. It's also why I have no fear of the Russian army. They were like supposed to be like the closest, scariest thing to the United States military. And then like they can't take out their neighbors. Could you imagine if we were to invade Mexico, how quick that shit would take? Well, it would take 40 minutes, 50 minutes. And maybe if it was really windy, 70 minutes. I don't know why the wind would add extra time, but it just might. Like, how long do you really think it would take for us to take the entirety of South America? A month? 3 months? We went across the world to 3 different deserts and just toppled 3 different regimes and build up the country for 20 years. And then we just, like, it's just a shit army. Like, and that was supposed to be the second scariest thing behind us. It's like, oh, so we're way better than everybody. It's really not close. Sure, we may not, like, win in our nation rebuilding efforts that we do. But actual war to war? We're a deadly group. We went to Iraq, and I think in like 3 months, all they had was like some circle part of Iraq as a holdout left on the map. The rest was American controlled. They've never come that close, and that's their neighbor, dude. Like, it's like, oh. Now everyone's like, well, no, the actual new scary one is China. Have you seen them do backflips and punch boards? Cool. I don't give a fuck that Chinese people can do a backflip and punch a board.
Good help right there from Luke Voigt, backhand flip to him. But look at these pitches.
Damn, man, they could punch boards really good with bullets in their heads. Like I always see these Chinese like doing these training drills and shit, and it's like,
he's been spot on.
Yeah, what good is that in modern war when everyone's sniping each other and the Americans have drones? Well, we got a lot of people that are very athletic in our army. So do we. It's called a bunch of failed athletes. And they're way faster than yours, too. Wait till you see this.
What makes great hitters is how quickly they recognize spin.
You want to see our football team called Army and Navy? Look at these guys. Oh, man. We also have a group called the Navy SEALs. They killed Bin Laden. No one got hurt, even. And they stormed a compound in the dead of night under heavy gunfire. That motherfucker didn't even sustain an injury. Robert O'Neill's group, when they took out Bin Laden, they just killed every. It was fucking. That to me is some insane shit. So, I'm never really afraid of anybody in the world. It's like, well, who's to be afraid of? Nobody.
and then they start that slider over the.
I guess maybe if like half the globe teamed up, they'd be like, yeah, but what does that mean? What are they gonna do? Come across the fucking
That's the big deal
Navy?
right there. It's 2 strikes all the time. He's getting ahead. That makes it tough. Every once in a
Yeah, I mean the
while,
nukes are the reason we don't. Also, they don't want to attack us, so it's funner just to have that over people. We have no reason to attack them because we share no real land concerns with them, and we got our own shit. So if they want to attack us, it'd be weird too. Like it'd be a weird reason to attack us unless it's just for global standing. And if China wants to pretend like they're in charge, who gives a shit?
You know, I'm going to sit on a whatever right now, and if you don't get it, you take it.
Right.
They can have the. I don't care. We'll just do our own thing in our country. I'm an isolationist, by the way. I'm like I don't give a fuck about what Europe's doing. Oh no, Europe's at war again, like they do every 10 years.
I was talking with Trevor
Fuck 'em.
Thompson about approach.
That's why my first reaction was, you guys want to know what a sad history looks like? Look up European war history, and you'll just go, wow. Ever since they founded the Greeks, them motherfuckers been fighting. Ever since Greece. Literally, even before Greece, and they probably had recorded history, all Europeans have done is fight each other and gone to war. That's all they've done in that part of the world, is go to war. Every 50 years there's a war. Since like 4000 BCE.
Well, we know Darvish goes deep into
We went like
averages over 98.
Nam to like almost the entirety of the Middle Eastern wars to like real wars, you know what I mean? I mean it was Cold Wars and shit, but like actual wars, it was like what, Nam and then the Gulf War.
He knows how to condition himself. That's the thing. He's
Really, the first time we went to Iraq, like actual war.
leash, and he's
America had a pretty good run.
kind of like Miggy, still hitting.
Right.
Wainwright still pitching.
And you know what most of our problems been? Goddamn Europeans, dude. Every time we get into a fight, it's Europeans starting at both world wars. Oh, it's Europe's problem.
Guys, older guys, younger guys, doesn't matter.
The Revolutionary War, Europe tried to control us.
No win this
The other time we fought with the British.
hits the
Europe,
corners,
Europe,
never really
Europe,
makes mistakes
Europe,
over the hard
Europe.
play.
Every
That's the
goddamn
issue
time.
for me, which
The Spanish War, that's Europe.
guys that makes it difficult to
No, that's South America. No, that was Europe at the time. The Spanish, the Spaniards. Every time it's war, it's always goddamn Europe involved. Them people are not peaceful.
If you're
They're like, oh, we're an enlightened group of people. Yeah, because the only ones, all your warrior class is dead. All you got left is basically a bunch of bleeding heart liberals because they don't want to go to war. So they're all the cool warrior types are just kind of dead now. And all you got left in Europe is me. That's why they kind of seem kind of cool and kind of progressive, you know? It's just like, well, everyone else is dead. How'd they die? War.
Where he had retired 11 in a row.
Yeah, we got a pretty decent winning percentage in some disputed wars. I'd say Korea was a loss. What's up, Use? But see, like, the thing with America, it's like, it depends on what metric you're using for the war, right? Because if you just, yeah, check the pinned comment. Like, yeah, we probably didn't win Nam, but we also stopped it spreading, and like we stopped parts of things spreading. Korea was a loss. Apparently, that was straight up. We fucked that. That was a bad one. Vietnam, long term, you could say that it went kind of our way because Vietnam's kind of, you know, pretty cool with the Americas now, and we kind of prevented them from fully falling. And it's kind of a weird one, right? But like when you look at like the people say we lost the Iraq and Afghanistan war. Well, what part are you talking about? Are you talking about toppling the governments of those places and fucking destroying the countries? No, we did that effectively. We did every part of that. We did whatever we wanted to. If we would have just left after that point, those would have been very successful wars, by the way. But we decided to rebuild their countries, and we do that a lot for a lot of like countries when we beat the dog shit out of them in a war. And then people go, well, you lost the war because, you know, you didn't rebuild their country after you destroyed it.
This is Riley Green.
Well, we weren't there to rebuild Afghanistan. We were just rebuilding it because, you know, we fucking destroyed it.
Everybody in the truck worried when Jack says.
Was it a big L? Was it? I mean, we destroyed Al Qaeda. Do you know that's why we went to Afghanistan?
You know, I was talking to again Mark Grant over there.
Was to neutralize Al Qaeda, and they're gone, dude. Well, when was the last time you even heard of them doing anything?
Green fouls it away.
Now, was it a big L? I mean, in all honesty, really think about it. We killed Osama bin Laden by the time we were in Afghanistan. We toppled the fucking Al Qaeda. Taliban was never really the aim. They were going to get the government, but then they teamed up with Al Qaeda and got really radical, and you know now they're back to normal.
They're entitled to it. I have no issue.
So now we've got the Taliban de-radicalized. They're back in charge. They're not working with Al Qaeda, and the only thing about Afghanistan is that we just didn't rebuild the country.
You don't see it as often with baseball players.
Yeah, they controlled it before. We were fine with the Taliban. You do understand the Taliban is the brave Mujahideen fighters that we created in the 80s with Reagan, right? The Taliban is just the Mujahideens that destroyed that helped destroy the Soviets. No, there's not. The Taliban is fine. They fucked up. They made them as no. You know, Al Qaeda is the group that you're thinking is the problem. Neil. Al Qaeda was the radical sect of Taliban that worked with Osama bin Laden. Like you're like getting parts all fucking thrown together, and it's very understandable. But the Taliban isn't actually a problem. We've worked with the Taliban since like the 80s and the 70s. We were that was going to be their country, and it always was supposed to be their country to run. But then they started working with terrorists. And our goal was, I think, low-key, the goal was to get the Taliban back on the right side of thinking about shit. Because now they don't want to work with terrorists anymore for now.
Yeah, check out these guys. We're going to show you.
Like, there's a reason that, like, Trump made the deal with the Taliban. Reagan worked with the Taliban. The first Bush administration had no problem with them. And then they were like, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they suddenly, like, losing their minds?
How about these two here?
I'm not sure many players want that.
So there's like the Al Qaeda part is the actual thing we were trying to destroy. Yeah, it's not very good. We're going into the top of the 6th, a 2-1 game. I'm pretty well studied on this kind of shit because I really, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them with those guys. Like the Taliban themselves are just a fucking like a Sharia group of Islamists. Who cares? Like that's just their religion over there. And in all honesty, they're not really like bad guys. They just fucking, you know. Yeah, they've admitted that partnering with Al Qaeda was the greatest mistake that they've ever made as a government organization. They're very open about like, yeah, we shouldn't have did that. We messed up. Hold on. Yeah, me too. I studied the shit out of this. One of my fun passions for a very long time was studying about these like Middle Eastern countries and the ISIS, Iraq wars. I don't know where my Afghanistan book is, but like I read both of these books, and it's just like this is something I have. This is like one of the biggest events of my life that was formative, the Iraq and Afghanistan war. So I wanted to learn a lot about them. Yeah, same here, Neil. But again, the Taliban really did we lose in Afghanistan? If you think we were supposed to completely rebuild the country and find them a new government system, then yeah, I guess we lost. But I don't think the goal was to ever really replace the Taliban, to be honest.
Cronenworth, Manny Machado, and Luke Voigt against Tarek Skubal here in the 6th.
Yeah, if you keep saying that, I'm just going to ban you, by the way. I don't care what your life is.
Cronenworth takes strike 1.
No, Taliban and Al Qaeda, two separate groups.
San Diego scored both of their runs.
I think you probably still could, Phil. If you can speak Farsi or one of the languages out there, probably.
High pitch count in the
Yeah, it's crazy but the Taliban, different group than Al Qaeda. I think Al Qaeda is completely like gone now. ISIS actually formed out of Al Qaeda as a splinter group because they were too far. Like, you guys want to know how radical ISIS was? Basically, Al Qaeda members who got locked up in Iraqi prisons formed an even like crazier group of like they got kicked out of Al Qaeda for being way the fuck too radical. Even Al Qaeda was like,
but do they really want to get to our bullpen?
No.
They've been pretty darn good.
And then the biggest difference being is that Al Qaeda people didn't care about who they killed, and they also had no limits on the destruction of stuff. That was the big schism, is that Al Qaeda respected like traditional Islamic law and like traditional like Islamic like statues and medicines and like contributions to the world. Like if ISIS had their way, they'd blow up the Hagia Sophia. The giant church in Turkey. I don't know what the name of it is right now. The mosque in Turkey, that big ass mosque that's been named like 50 different things, and I don't know the actual name right now. The fucking Romans built it, and then the Turkish took it over when they took back Constantinople, and then they converted it into a fucking mosque from a huge, beautiful church, and then, like, I'm pretty sure if ISIS could, they'd blow the shit out of that up. Whereas, meanwhile, most Muslims would never do that to that thing. They'd blow up all of Mecca and Medina if they had the opportunity. Just because they don't care. Like, they're fucking just nihilistic fucking dicklords. English. Because there's no real fucking money in history.
From that point on, Tarek Skubal.
Can't wait to watch Matt Manning pitch for the Mud Hens. Yeah.
So 24 of his 39 in the inning to get through the frame.
You're still gonna go? Oh, I'm sorry your friends aren't able to go. What's up, Caden? I saw a joke once, or was it here? I can't remember, but someone said that if the people just told terrorist places that would be demolished anyways.
You know, the goal is to let it go.
It's hard.
But it is. It's hard to do. I've been there.
Oh, if they just blew up shit that was gonna be demolished. How do you like them apples? Well, I don't know. Thanks, I guess.
Makes a quality pitch, gets them out. Supposed to require to get an out, and then you end up dropping the baseball.
Pussyology, the study of pussy, is my major. Fucking base, bro. I'm way cooler than you. Hey, good play there by Candelario. Little Adam Ball, little scorch him.
And it's a hard hit out here in the sixth.
2 down here in the top of the 6th. Padres lead it 2-1. Pretty fast-paced game. Astros and all grown. Gonna throw in a few minutes, and Javier's in the mall. All right, Brandon. Yeah, you guys playing about 30 minutes, it says.
I like how Seymour was describing that, you know, as a position player, you feel like you let your teammate down. They tell you to forget about it.
It's a good class, Michael. It's hard, though.
Does it bother a pitcher when you see a teammate make a routine play?
Once a month. It's fucking really hellacious class. I just skipped the classes those days. Just like,
before you know it, you throw 4 pitches and
bitch.
I'll
come back next week.
On any of them, right? I got distracted, and maybe in the back of your mind, your subconscious saying, "Dang it, I should have had an out there." So you got to let it go.
2 outs here in the top half of the 6th. 1-0 count. Voigt the hitter. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. You know, I will say, Scooball's done a pretty good job with these right-handed hitters in this lineup. This team's full of fucking really strong right-handed hitters, and he's walking a lot of them, but it is what it is.
Second time Will Vest has gotten up to warm up. Second straight hitter in which Skubal goes 3-0. This time it's to Luke Voigt.
He hasn't done that much at all this year.
Jackson Jobe had 7 strikeouts. Uh-oh.
Today's game doing it twice.
Sounds like Jackson Jobe's slowly starting to figure it out. You know what's annoying is everyone's like, Jackson Jobe is a bust. He's like 18 years old and pitching against pro hitters already. Everyone's like, how come he isn't striking everybody out on 1 pitch, huh? Huh, motherfucker? He's a bust. Another bust by Avila.
Walks Voigt with 2 away.
What? He was just drafted. Do you not know how he's 18? Yeah, but he's not a Cy Young candidate in the MLB at 18. What the fuck, dude? Is he doing better than when the year started? Yeah, but what does that mean, bitch? He's just getting lucky sometimes. It's like maybe he's improving as he's seeing pro hitting, you know, adapting, learning how to pitch.
Takes it inside.
Nope. Impossible.
These are the at-bats I remember. We didn't have pitch count.
He wasn't a pitcher, though.
Times where you sensed that this was going to be your last hitter, and if you didn't get him out, you're turning it over to the hands of the bullpen.
And he wasn't a year out of high school at 19. There's again quite a skill gap for pitchers and hitters, especially at the pro level, right?
You still have a chance to come back and maybe win the game because you're after 5.
Yeah, Kevin, we could talk about it. Not really. I would say it's easier to develop as a hitter quicker than it would be to develop as a pitcher. You rarely see a 19-year. How many times have you seen a guy get drafted, then a year later, at 19, he's in the pros pitching? How many times do you see it with hitters? It's not uncommon. Young guys make it up pretty quick.
Always a pleasure.
How often do you see a under 20-year-old pitcher in the major leagues?
Leads off the Tigers 6th in a 2-1 ball game at Comerica Park.
There's a reason for it, and you're kind of being you're like trying to be coy about it. Because between like 18 and 20, you can add like 20 miles an hour of speed for some guys, dude. And you know that's true, Rick. You're out. You can throw breaking balls better. I mean, you're sitting here going. I mean, you were just being a smartass up there. You're like, Juan Soto was an MVP at 19. So I send it back to you and go, all right, how many guys under 19 are pitching in the major leagues at any point ever in the history of baseball? A lot of more guys you'll see under 20 start their careers as hitters, though. Pitchers take longer to develop. I mean, that's the simple fact of the matter. Why young draft picks and pitchers are very, very risky. And you should probably not draft high school pitchers, but it is what it is. I trust the Avila administration, the Avila regime, to draft pitchers. Hall of Famer 1, Corey Kluber. All right. Yeah, you're running out of names, aren't you? Like, well, I got one potential Hall of Famer and Corey Kluber, whose arm has a lot of injury problems and probably shouldn't have been rushed through development the way he was. Hold on a minute. If Corey Kluber's out with another injury, I'm going to say that it probably wasn't the best idea he was rushed through the minors the way he was.
Your city, your house, Rally House, and by Miller Lite, official domestic beer of the Detroit Tigers. You want a foul ball when you come to the ballpark? Plenty, no matter the age bracket, have gotten their chance today and taken advantage of it. Can the Tigers take advantage of Hugh Darvish here in the sixth? Javier Baez swings and misses to start the inning, 0-1. Tarek Skubal is through 6. He has thrown 98 pitches and just had that one bumpy fourth. Each team with 3 hits.
By the way, he was 25 when he debuted, Corey Kluber. Corey Kluber was 25 when he debuted, so that's incorrect. Because his debut was, what, 2011? He was born in 1986. That would have made him 25. Clayton Kershaw, before 20. Let's see. Clayton Kershaw. MLB debut. May 2008, and he was born in 1988, making him... Oh, he just snuck in at under 20. So again, you were right about that guy. Because he was born on May 24th, and he debuted... Or he was born on March 19th in 1988, and he debuted on May 24th, 2008. So he just snuck in there.
Wave and a miss.
The Yu Darvish MLB debut.
One away in the 6th.
July 12th, or April 12th, or April 9th. When was he born?
26 through the 29th to catch the Tigers taking on the Rangers at Globe Life.
He was born in 1986. So let's see, 2012 minus 1986. Oh, he was 26, so you have another one wrong. All right, Justin Verlander. I'm pretty sure you got this one wrong, too.
Of course, Texas is where
2005 was his debut.
One strikeout in every inning. And he faces Harold Castro.
Age 2005 minus 1983. So you're wrong. He was 22 when he debuted. Anything else you want to be wrong about? Or I'm going to stop at this point because most of what you said has been wrong. I'm sure if I look up CC Sabathia, the only one you've been right about so far is Clayton Kershaw by about a month. So, I mean, congratulations.
And his 11-game hitting streak.
And I'm pretty sure he was actually 20 when he... How old was... I mean, I think he was actually 20. I think I'm looking at the days wrong. So I don't think you've been right about a single player you mentioned being under 20 as a pitcher.
You can't do that to hitting Harold. He's going to put the barrel to the ball.
So anything else? I mean, like, you can't go all day. You have everything wrong. You're a dumb fuck, and now you're gonna get.
Tigers have now out-hit the
No, you've already gotten a bunch wrong. You've literally gotten 90% of what you said wrong. Why would I trust your word anymore? You're completely untrustworthy. You're just a troll at this point.
Harold, not the fastest runner,
And I don't want to deal
but
with
he's
you.
go first to third quite a bit lately. Willing to challenge some of those out.
Dude's like got one good example with Kershaw, and he's like, see, it's Juan Soto and Kershaw. They're the best players under. It's like, yeah, literally. So hitters develop faster. That was my point. And he's like, what about Blake Snell? He's super injured right now. Yeah, his career's gone very well for him, hasn't it? Fucking playing early.
curveballs inside.
No, he's super injury prone. Fucking dipshit. There's a reason they want pitchers to like debut at like 21, 22. So their arms are fucking better developed along and they're ready to go. Their arms are built up and worked up to pitch like 180 to 200 innings. Most of these guys are coming from seasons where they play like 30 games a season to 162. You know, they got to kind of build up to it. I really wouldn't expect you to understand why pitchers take longer to develop than hitters, but I mean, it's incredibly nuanced about like durability, arm ability, strength in arm, like breaking ball throwing ability. Like there's so many things that develop between 18 and 21 for pitchers. It's crazy. You like almost can't go from high school straight to the majors. Your arm would hurt. You'd get hurt. 100% you'd have a bad arm.
Together some hits here. Keep that line moving.
Gotta think about that. They go from pitching maybe 60 innings a season at high school baseball to, you know, 190. And you're like, what the fuck? Why aren't they? What develops slow? Yeah, if they don't build up that natural stamina, they all get fucking hurt.
I would have loved to have seen him do something with, because the shift.
You don't want pitchers debuting super early.
Kim at right behind second base at shortstop. He'll be the double play guy.
And then dude also brings up literally one of the best fucking hitters of all of a generation. What about Juan Soto, the best young player in baseball? Well, sure. The Tigers just scored a run, by the way. Like, yeah, I guess if you want to use like the extremes and like the far corners as your examples, but like that's now the scale you're setting for 19-year-old players to like. All right, so they got to be like Juan Soto level good to be like good in the majors when they first get under 20. Like your only example is one of the best players in baseball. That's not a very strong example. Like, well, it should be. It's one of the best players. Yeah, but what's the normal 19-year-old like when they play? Who has no time in the minor league systems? Because Julio is a little different, Julio Rodriguez, but I think he's even 20. Damn it. It always goes fucking shitty on me, dude. Fucking hate these things. Come on. Work, goddamn yous. Whatever, I'll just go to fucking Bally Sports. I don't care. I ain't dealing with that long. Dun, 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 dun.
3 straight singles with 1 away for Detroit here in the 6th.
1-0 for Baez. 2-2 is the score. Hey, thank you, Negan. You want to donate. Ah, man, my notes bother me. I'll be right back.
Remember what A.J. Hinch told us, and we have reiterated it a couple times. Look, against a guy like Hugh Darvish, who is relentless in the strike zone with his ability, you hang in there against him until he makes some mistakes, and that's exactly what's happened here in the 6th to tie it at 2 and force the Padres bullpen to get active. Bill Krismak is doing just that. 1-1 to Eric Haas.
Sometime Eric
That's awakened, hopefully.
has check swings like that.
We could probably put another run up here, and that'd be really, really big.
And they say to themselves, well, you're sitting dead.
Taking a lead on
That's what
Darvish
tells
would be
you. You're
huge.
sitting fastball. So I'm not going to throw you a fastball. I'm going to see if you'll chase.
To first
Ah,
base.
fuck, that's probably a double play. Oh, no, they throw it away. Ah, Miggy got caught off the base, so that's still a double play. What the fuck just happened?
The shortstop instead. Kim
What
was
the hell
able
is
to
this?
get it on the short hop and then throw to third and get Cabrera, who rounded the bag too strongly.
Did they just get doubled off, or did they miss the play at second?
He's done some pretty remarkable things there. He's actually backing up the second baseman.
Okay, so here's what happened. All right. Throw didn't make it. Candelario's safe at second.
Somehow.
Ah, Miggy just got caught. That was all it was. He got caught on a big round off or something. I think he thought the ball was gonna. I think they just fucking caught him. Yeah. Kind of bad base running by Miggy there.
What he was doing.
What a stop by.
It's working for me right now, the Bally Sports thing. So basically, Miggy just like rounded the bases, and Kim like immediately threw the ball over as soon as he like was like touching third base rounding. It was just Miggy got caught. He had no ability.
Wild throw from Luke Voigt.
I mean, have you paid? Did you pay for it, like the free trial?
He's got a good arm. He's got a good glove.
I don't know what that means.
That's the curveball to make it 0-2.
It might. I don't know. I haven't actually heard anything bad from critical people about Madden 23, so I'm guessing it's going to be a good game. I don't know.
Find a way to get a hit. You got Cronenworth playing out there in shallow right field on the shift.
I don't know what that means, Ghost. You might have to talk to them. Since I don't really run the Bally Sports site, so I really can't tell you why they're saying that. You might have to just say something to them.
That's Bobby Melvin knowing and reading those charts, spray charts, and that's why he puts his defenders the way he does.
That's up high, 1-2.
We saw Javi Baez kind of catch Baton at third base sleeping a little bit. Darvish sleeping a little bit. He got that secondary lead. Well, I don't think you're going to see Jamer do that. He doesn't run quite as well as Javi, but you could maybe think about it. You see that third baseman playing way deep. Just keep walking that way. If the shortstop doesn't check you, you just keep going.
Foul tip into the glove of Nola ends the inning. A couple of strikeouts in the inning for Darvish. Tigers do get one back. 3 straight one-out singles, including Jamer Candelario's second RBI of the day. We are tied at 2 as we head down the stretch in Detroit.
Keep your out.
Compared to gig speed Wi-Fi from Xfinity, your Wi-Fi speeds are...
I got muted again. I hate that about this site. All right, well, hey, we got it tied up. Hey, we have 24 likes. I appreciate that. That's pretty kind, everybody. Pretty cool. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. It helps the stream out. If you don't want to, that's probably fine too. Just know that you're a bitch. I don't really think that. I appreciate those who left likes. Long commercial breaks. Anyway, top of the 7th coming up of a 2-2 game. Pretty good game so far. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. They must be dealing with like hackers, or they're getting, I don't know. It'll be Kim, Ruiz, and Grisham. 6, 7, and 8 for the Padres due up this inning. 6, 7, 8. Kim, Ruiz, Grisham. Jimenez coming in to relieve Skubal. Commercial break. I'll unmute it as soon as it pops back on, like it's kind of been doing all game. Sheesh. The Braves are down 7-2. God damn. It's a pretty big beat down. Hey, we're at 26 now. We're slowly on our way to 30. We'll see how close we can get to that 30 mark. Is it back up and working yet? MLB 66. Nope. Nope. Okay. All right, there we go. I have it unmuted. Almost forgot.
Over here in the top half of the 7th inning.
Jimenez will face Ha-Sung Kim.
Hopefully the audio is a good mix for everybody.
And Trent Grisham here in the 7th.
Strike one from Jimenez.
In his 41st appearance.
Go away,
the
bitch.
Tigers.
Getting a lot of work, Joe is, in these type of games. Moving up the ladder in the bullpen with more.
Fouled it away. It'll be 0-2 on Kim.
Getting that trust because he's.
What's up, Daniel?
able to throw strikes a lot more.
It is funny that Kim has a girl's name.
Last year was command of his fastball. They got him in so
Damn,
much
that's like
trouble.
50
Now
bucks
he's
worth the
striking
worth the
a lot,
recyclables.
working ahead in counts. He's got the good breaking ball. Occasional changeup. Got him chasing there.
Strikes out Kim on 3 pitches. Oh, that was thrown high, and he's safe.
Wow.
Haas tried to lob it over Kim's head as he ran down the first base line, pulled Harold Castro off the bag, and the leadoff man is aboard.
They're going to check.
Dan Campbell was doing up downs with the
Make
team.
sure that
Jesus
Harold
Christ.
didn't come down on the bag before.
What an actual tryhard, the coach of the.
Kim,
What's going
touched
on?
the bag, so they're going to review this.
Detroit is challenging the safe call at first base.
And
Looks out to me.
I believe that's a good challenge. Snow cone there for Harold.
Good play by Harold Castro. That motherfucker's out of shit.
But the ball came out of his glove, so I don't know how that's going to be ruled.
Ain't
When
no
he
way
hits
they're
the
gonna call him
bag, the
safe,
ball
right?
pops out of his glove, so he
Ain't
doesn't have
no
control of
way.
it.
Ain't no fucking way.
Does he have control?
I don't know why they're saying he's oh, is it a throwdown?
Kim touch his glove at all? If that
Doesn't matter if he drops the ball, by the way, as long as he's there, he's out right there.
But he doesn't. Harold,
I wonder if they're gonna say because he had the snow cone, it wasn't full possession,
That's one of
but I
those that-
hope not.
if I was in New York, I wouldn't know what to do. Quite honestly. You have to
I'm guessing
have
he's
control
out,
of the ball
but
when
I don't
you
know. It's kind of a
touch the
weird one
bag.
sometimes.
You could argue that he did, and it wasn't until he was coming off the bag that the ball popped out of his glove.
Right, where he's trying to avoid contact with
Right,
Ha-Sung
with the
Kim.
runner.
Yeah. Our crew chief is Mark Carlson. He is calling balls and strikes here for us in this series wrap-up. Another look at it.
I think he had enough control of it.
I think so as well, Jack. Should be an out. The ball popping out's the problem, though.
See the whole play here. You see Haas.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Detroit loses their chance.
I guess they're gonna say he didn't have enough control when the ball was snow coned.
And an error on Eric Haas.
Usually, control is defined as like back of the glove.
Eric knows that he's got to throw that ball. He stepped up the line.
Usually,
tried to
control is
get a good
considered
hit,
back of the
get a
glove. I
fair,
guess I don't really
and he
know.
just kind of lobs it
Kind
over.
of a horse shitty kind of
Doesn't
call.
have the control of it.
Basically, because we're the Tigers. Nomar Mazara is batting. I think he's pinch hitting.
In the 7th. He's pinch hitting for Asturi Ruiz.
That should have been called a strike, but hey, they get away with one again.
1 for 3 yesterday, 2 for 7 with the double in the series for Mazara so far.
1-0 for Mazara. Runner at first here in the top of the 7th. Took off attempt, nothing going.
Now, we talked about playing clean baseball earlier in the broadcast. Tigers have committed 2 errors. There was one in the 4th that led to a couple of runs. And now there's one here to start the 7th.
Yeah, the leadoff man aboard.
1-1.
Those are the things that really become
Thanks everybody, by the way, for tuning in again today.
especially the
There's
seventh inning and beyond.
probably a lot of other things we could be
Yeah,
doing this afternoon, but hey,
really
there's nothing
close
wrong with
game, in
watching the
this case, a
Tigers.
tie game. Whether
Hopefully
it's
you're having a
long
good Wednesday afternoon.
or in this case,
You know, I thought it
man,
was Thursday for the
Yeah,
longest
leadoff
time today,
man,
and I have
all
no
of a
idea.
sudden that
All day yesterday, I
puts
thought it was.
pressure
I'm
on
like a
the
day
game.
ahead of myself right now. So when I learned it was Wednesday, I went, "Oh shit!" Like even now, I'm still like half thinking it's Thursday.
1-2 to Mazzara.
1-2.
Like the call on the corner.
That's not the case. Been enjoying some good baseball the last couple games. Tigers got a big win early. Got beat yesterday, but played all right. Now today they're tied. Time called, given to the hitter. Mena is clearly unhappy with that.
2 runs on just 3 hits for
He was
San
ready to
Diego.
pitch.
They committed an error. Tigers have 2 runs on 6 hits with 2 miscues.
Right there, Joe Jimenez finished off that pitch. He was frustrated that they called timeout right in the middle of his delivery. So he spikes the ball into the dirt. Well, once he touches the dirt, hey, let's get a new ball. He can't use that one.
Comes a strikeout. 1-2 offer into Mazzara, and hey, Jimenez blows him away. There's one away.
Coming back, getting that first
One out here in the top of the 7th with the runner at
challenges
first.
him with the heater and beats him. Tried to go away. This is pretty much middle of the plate, but at 96, it beats the swing of Nomar Mazzara. Joe has a chance to have 4 strikeouts in 1/2 inning here.
Ground ball here would be pretty cool.
How unique is that?
It's been
Here's
done
Trent
before,
Grisham.
yeah. Be kind of interesting.
Probably not very often. Here's Trent Grisham.
The sun's peeking out.
Grisham has lined out and grounded out. Squares to bunt and takes it wide.
Oh, one. Mamma mia, our defense are baffled. What? Which team are you rooting for? The Senate? What's up, Jacob?
Another look at Kim.
How you doing?
Jimenez pitched against San Diego in the series opener. Threw a scoreless inning. Gave up a hit. And needed just 11 pitches to do his job.
I'm a little surprised that they would have Grisham bunting here. There's 1 out. You get a runner over to second base, and there's 2.
Well, he'll get him
Yeah,
there.
it's training camp. Yeah, well, every team's at training camp right now.
He's going to put on the brakes now.
And the Padres get a hit there. That'll be 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Now up is Batten after Grisham
2
singles.
men aboard. Now a message from Rally House.
Damn. Rare Grisham hit.
You're back. Shop the latest in Tigers style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
There's the number 9 hitter, Matthew Batten. Fly out to center, a ground out to short. Big spot here in the 7th with 2 men aboard and only 1 away. Kim reached on an error. Grisham singled with 1 out.
Well, if Grisham's going to do it, you would think maybe Batten would here too.
You going to the, oh, yeah, that's coming up soon. I forgot you were going to that on the.
Good
You
look at
excited?
Slider at 82, 1-1.
I would imagine
That's
so.
the difference this year with Joe. He's able to
1 and
line
1
that pitch
for Batten.
sometimes behind it.
He's the 9 hitter. You've got 2 on, 1 out. A double play could get him out of it.
For a strike, change up occasionally for a strike.
Here's the pitch.
Pours it in. It's
1 and 2.
Jimenez with the 2 strikeouts. That gives him 19 multi-strikeout appearances on the year. That's tied for 5th most among major Major League Baseball relievers. It's impressive. And here's Andrew Chafin warming.
Got it.
That went too far. That's 3 strikeouts.
And there's another out. Good job there to get another strikeout by Mr. Jimenez.
And turning the
Yeah, my
line
nose is
over to the leadoff man, Jurickson Profar.
Well, it's a slider way away, but Batten just can't hold up. And all of a sudden we have that opportunity. We're talking about maybe 4 strikeouts in 1/2 inning.
The reason that's possible because Ha-Sung Kim struck out to start the inning, but was safe after the ball was dropped, and they had to throw it to first and pulled Harold Castro off the bag. Profar takes strike 1.
Profar, a good contact hitter, not the easiest guy to strike out, although Skubal got him in the 4th.
So after the game, we find out which players aren't going to Toronto this weekend.
Right now.
It'll be interesting because last year we had, what, 100% players with the vaccine status. So
That battle, 2 strikes.
I can only imagine we'll have like 4 guys or 3 or 4 guys added on, but not anyone significant. Hey, it's going good, man. How's it going for you? We got a 0-2 count on Profar with 2 on. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Big pitch coming up here from Jimenez if he can get the out.
It's like they want to go up with fastball.
Breeze, sets, throws, and
Base hit to left.
shit.
Kim will score.
And that'll give up the base hit.
The throw into third gets by Candelario, but Profar.
It'll be
can't
3-2
advance. San
Padres.
Diego's
Runners
back
at
in
first
front,
and third.
thanks to the
Damn.
RBI single from Jurickson Profar.
Yeah, we play the Blue Jays for 4 games coming up next. So yeah, we'll be live tomorrow for the Blue Jays game, and tonight we'll be live for an NFL stream.
Yeah, you get ahead in the count. You're
And the
feeling
Twins
good
again.
about it,
Ugh.
and that elusive,
I hate playing the Twins, dude. So boring.
silly hanging slider. It happens. Gets so frustrated with that. Looks like Chafin will be coming in.
He'll bring Chafin in for the lefty-on-lefty matchup, and the Padres back in front by a run.
And they're gonna bring in Andrew Chafin, so that'll be the end for the boy. Jimenez leaves. Here comes Chafin. No, it's sunny by me. If you can't tell by the sun coming through the window right there. I don't know if it looks like it's raining. Hey, I don't have to have this shit up anymore. I know. There we go. I'm going to stand up and stretch out a little bit. But it is top of the 7th, 3-2 Padres lead. They have 2 outs with runners at the corners, and Cronenworth up against Andrew Chafin. Ooh. Padres lead 3-2. Wait a minute. It's been looking like it could rain all day, though, Shlomo. Like, the rain's been a threat all day. I'm stretching. Yeah, it was finally time to get one. It feels nice, too.
Runners at the corners
Yeah.
two away. A new Tigers pitcher, Andrew Chafin, in a wall-side windows pitching change, asked to get the final out here in the 7th.
37th game for Chafin. Yeah, this is a lefty-lefty matchup.
Chafin in to hopefully get a quick out.
Confident in him. He doesn't give in much. We talked about
We shall see.
a lot with Chafin where he's got the fastball slider combination, but rarely does he give in to that hitter with anything over the heart of the plate. He's the kind of guy that will entice you, tempt you, but his game plan is to try to get you to chase.
He will try and implement that game plan against Jay Cronenworth. Grisham at third. Profar at first. after giving the Padres the lead with that RBI single moments ago. First pitch swinging to center field. Well, that was easy enough. But San Diego reclaims the lead. It's 3-2 as we stretch at Comerica Park, brought to you by MG and Grand Detroit.
Oh, Chafin did his job. It'll be Scope, Reyes, and Green coming up. How far is Detroit? Not that far. I'm like an hour and a half from where I live, so like probably like 2.5, 3 hours, depending on the traffic. Maybe 3.5 hours. Yep, Ghost. Could be it could be 2-1 right now with the Tigers lead, but you know how it is. Errors are worse than walks. Nothing worse than an error. You guys want to see a crazy looking pitch? Everyone keeps telling me Jackson Job's a bust, and then I see stuff like this. Sheesh. That is fucking filthy.
He will get the
Look at this.
8, 9,
Foop.
and 1 hitters. Jonathan Scope, Victor Reyes.
Remember, he's 18. He's only going to get like this will improve.
Back a 1-run lead.
Goodness gracious, that's
First
fucking
pitches in the
filthy,
dirt,
dude.
1-0. Darvish with 9 strikeouts.
If you don't know
so far
pitching,
today.
you know, it's
His
fine. But I
career
mean, it's not the hardest thrown ball, but that is some filthy
is
movement.
10.
You just won't hit that. You can't. I don't think there's actually a feasible way of hitting that pitch. If it hits the strike zone, you just basically got to go, oh, well, that sucks. That's a strikeout. And then walk away kind of pissed off, but also like, oh, what are you going to do? Guy just threw the shit out of that ball. You're like, damn. Oh, well.
Scope turns out.
Goodness gracious. Scope swung just about as hard as he could there. I just realized that the Twins series is bad for my brother and us because if the Brewers win, that's bad for him, and if the Twins win, it's bad for us. Damn, so you guys got a bad situation for you and your brother. It's always the worst. You probably want to win anyways, so you're probably just hoping if you just want to beat the Twins. Tough on your, tough for your brother, but. Unless you guys aren't playing the Twins anymore. Oh.
Grounder to short.
Yeah, Scope gets a grounder.
Kim.
And one away. Scope grounds out, one away here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Victor Reyes, the number 9 hitter. So 8, 9, and 1 we're due up this inning. Here's the 9-hitter Reyes.
Includes former NBA players Chris Webber and Chauncey Billups, Valley Sports Detroit's own Mickey.
You know, we are in the AL Central and the Twins aren't.
Tickets start at just $25 to purchase tickets, or for more information.
Oh, you meant the Brewers. I was gonna say the Twins are in the AL Central. I don't know what you're talking about.
Reyes is looking for his first hit of the day. And he takes strike 1. That's the cutter at 84 from Darvish that's been really effective today.
Well, good luck to your team and to your brother's team. Hopefully, what you guys need to happen.
Base runners here. Back trying to get it tied up. Yu Darvish is just continuing to be masterful out there. But his pitch count is getting close to the end.
Squares to bunt. That's a foul ball.
Yeah, he tapped it twice. The ball hit the ground, came back up, and hit the back.
Reyes 1-1 now. My legs are bothering the shit out of me. That's why I keep getting up right now. Whenever I sit for too long and the weather's weird, my knees start to bother the shit out of me. Getting old. I've always had bad knees, but this problem's starting to get a lot worse. And I got the arthritis, I'm pretty sure.
Start Yu Darvish has made against Detroit. He is 7-0 with an ERA under 3.
Arthritis in the knee operation. It's a 1-2 count still on Reyes. Warming up in the pin is Michael Fulmer.
Up and loosening yet again. We've seen him.
What was the press conference? What happened?
Here against San Diego.
I'm sure I'll be hearing all about it.
Days ago against Minnesota. Every other day type of situation for Fulmer. Here's the 1-2. Grounded foul.
Jacoby's gonna start. Oh shit, Jacoby Briskets. Bussin'. Mitch Moore, or wait, Adrian Morejon is warming up in the bullpen for the Padres. One out here in the bottom of the 7th. Victor Reyes, the hitter. I can't even do a news guy voice. I'm not good at doing pretend voices for some reason. You guys want to hear my German accent?
Cousin from Southern California came in.
All right.
Check out a Tiger game.
Hello, I'm a guy from Germany. Fuck you. All right, I got another one. This is my Chinese guy accent.
Good seats.
Well, fuck you. I'm a guy from China now.
Strikes out.
And Reyes strikes out 2 away.
Strikeouts for Darvish when he faces.
Do you want to hear my Keanu Reeves impersonation?
For Yu Darvish here today.
You killed my dog. I'm John Wick. Bang bang.
Well, here through 6
That was
innings
pretty
with
fucking good,
strikeouts
isn't
that
it?
Darvish is featured, and see the combination of pitches. The slider, he's got 4. Four-seamer 3. The splitter 1. and
Yeah, I know.
the
I
one.
fucking. It's a whole surprise that I'm a good actor. I know. I wouldn't expect it either.
He's been really good today.
I would say I'm pretty. I specialize in voices. I would say.
Left side, long run for Batten. He won't get there.
You know what's really sad is I don't think my brain actually can understand doing foreign accents. They all just sound like I'm trying to like fake it. Okay, of course it stopped fucking working again, dude. I fucking hate MLB 66 right now. Oh, you piece of fucking shit. Anyway, 0-1 count.
We've had good crowds for this series, by the way.
Yeah,
Negotiate getting my shit.
took a while. It was early rain and mist, but
we
they
don't really
filled
want
in
you to
here.
mess
It's
with
nice
that.
crowd.
Give him credit.
Still the greatest fans, man. Tiger fans. Yearning for this team to.
Man, Darvish is taking a goddamn long time to throw pitches right now. What's he doing?
Outside.
Ball.
1-1.
1-1. We'll probably be here for another half hour while Darvish decides what pitch to fucking throw.
0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, Jacob. This isn't really a football stream, though, dude. No offense.
Grounded foul on pitch 104 from Darvish. 105, rather.
And there's this pitches.
I don't really
thrown
feel like
by
talking about
inning.
football right now.
See Darvish there 9 and third and fourth.
Almost don't even need to do an NFL talk. How much I've had to talk about football this stream.
Nothing over 20.
But I'm
Well,
going to
21
anyway.
First, I should take that back.
Actually, I got plans for that stream tonight. 1-2 count. Eventually, here we'll see another pitch. Here we go.
Pitch 106,
Green strikes out on a high
Green
fastball.
hits
2
the
to
only
well, that ends the
strikeout
inning.
of the day for
Bottom
the
of the
Padres.
top of the 8th coming up. I have to mute the audio because it's a commercial break. Audio is muted. Yeah. Hopefully, everything's a good mix. Oh wow, I don't think anything sounded good the whole stream. No one said anything. Oh wow, I don't think. Actually, never mind. Okay. I was like, dude, I really hope this hasn't been like bad audio the whole stream and no one's just said anything. Like, you know how annoyed I'd be? Be like, well, is it really hard to say something with bad audio? But I always assumed somebody would say something if it was like super quiet and. But I don't know. You never know with some people. When I ask the question if it sounds good, you notice how fucking nobody's gonna say anything. What's up, Connor? Oh, thank you, by the way. We have 32 likes. Very kind of you. Does it sound good? I mean, I know I shouldn't ask that question. It's a hard question. But if any of you can muster up a way to answer that. Thanks, Connor. I know you just got here. I don't know how you pulled that off, but that's pretty crazy. See? Only one person said anything about the audio. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That's 5 straight streams where I've said something about audio and people refuse to answer. Yesterday, everyone answered, actually. I'll correct that. Everyone answered yesterday. But for some reason, right now, people are terrified to answer. I don't know. I didn't study for the question.
342 through his age 32 season.
Why is he asking such personal fucking hard questions right now? I just came to laugh and watch baseball. I didn't know I was dealing with life's hardest questions.
500 knocks away. You know, I always thought Altuve, because he put up 200 plus a year.
Weird.
For a few years. And I still think, you know, it's all about whether those guys can.
Very, very weird. Anyway, top of the 8th, Machado, Voit, and Nola.
And continue to
I'll
do
just
what
check
they've
myself. It is what it is.
Do you think Machado will be a guy who gets there?
How's it sound?
I'm going to guess no. But I hope he proves me wrong.
All right. Yeah, I have to do that. I have to make things like really awkward and weird for like a very long time because people can see still no one's answering.
This season, Manny Machado. And as we were discussing earlier, because we were a little late getting on the air because of the rain, right?
Isn't that wild?
Rather than a little after 1 o'clock, we had that discussion earlier.
Have you guys ever seen anything quite like this? An entire group of people afraid to answer a question, or unable to answer a question that's really the most subjective, easiest question to answer in the history of questions.
Consistency.
Have you ever seen anything quite like it, anybody?
He's a great player.
Everybody,
He's
me
got to do
either.
it again for another decade.
Yeah.
And see, now no one's gonna say anything because it's fucking so weird,
When you
dude.
think about it, you mentioned
People were having chit-chatting, having a good old time talking, and the second I say, hey, how's it sound?
over 190 hits in his career, let alone 200.
We can't tell you.
Well, that's why he's got to play an extra year or two beyond what
See?
Miggy's playing.
Right.
Who's Chris Woodward?
You know, he's got a good body type. He's athletic.
People can say random shit, but it's just like, you know, I'd rather not tackle that difficult question.
Can he
Because
stay off the
hey,
IL?
Karam, how's the
He's
audio
played
sound?
every game almost all year long. Did his
I guess I'll just start
500
individually
plus
asking
at-bats
people,
every
because
year.
apparently people can't answer the questions. I mean, you can ignore it. It's a hard question I just asked. This wasn't like a general question. I was asking everybody how it
Inside.
sounds, but I mean.
3-2. Chafin's still out there. He got
What is this?
one pitch out.
Thank you. How hard? I mean, that was a hard question, man. I don't know how you answered that. That's
In
crazy.
this particular game, we've seen Manny Machado have an excellent eye at the plate. He worked that count against Tarek Skubal for what, 13 pitches in the fourth?
I don't know why it took you so long to even answer it in the first place.
3-2
You've been
here
sitting
in
there
Chafin,
chilling,
so
and you were able to talk about
he's not swinging
who the
out of
fuck
the
Chris
zone very
Woodward was
often
before you
today.
could answer if the audio was good. I've been asking about the audio for 6 minutes. I asked about who Chris Woodward was in about 30 seconds. You were like, he's the manager, man.
He's seen a lot of bad,
I feel
pitches
like
where-
whoever Chris Woodward is a harder question than, hey, how's this sound?
Against Tarek Skubal.
That's annoying.
On fourth. Inside, just missed. And he draws a leadoff walk here in the eighth.
Oh, Chafin walked a leadoff batter. What a
The
surprise.
World Baseball
Or
Classic
walks.
is back. Qualifying rounds for the 2023 World Baseball Classic take place September 10th.
I don't want to
through
be
October
here
5th in
anymore.
Panama City, Panama, and Regensburg, Germany. For more information, visit worldbaseballclassic.com. This is Luke Voigt.
You guys thought I was probably being facetious about the fact that people can't answer if the audio is good. How
Drove in
fucking
San
weird it
Diego's
is now.
First run in the fourth. Big cut there, 0-1.
Look how weird everybody's making this shit. Never seen anything
Guess I
quite
should
like it.
quit expecting him to shorten up and go to right.
It's just, you're just not going to see it.
There is a
Inside,
hard line on
back
answering
them
that
up,
question.
1-1.
At least I saw something different.
If
there.
I was to ask
See
who's winning the
yesterday,
NFL MVP though,
drilled
who's
the
winning?
ball
Hey guys, who's winning the NFL
really
MVP
get
this
out of
year?
the way, anything down and in.
I would think so.
Yeah, that's
Who's
still
your
a
who's your
bargain.
guesses? Who's your bets? Any early favorite picks? By the way, if you answer this question, I'm just going to warn you. I'm going to be super aggressive about the way I come at you. So don't play victim. I would avoid answering this trap fucking question if I were you,
Tigers beat a really good pitcher.
because you're going to be made an
in the
example
series
of
opener.
very
1-0
aggressively.
Against Mike Clevenger last night, and it's been a heck of a
All right,
battle
good job.
against Yu Darvish
I
here
wouldn't have
today,
took that bait
despite
either.
Darvish's 11 strikeouts. Tight one that
I'll give you some credit.
had Tarek Skubal keep his team in it.
My dumb ass would have been like, I think Brady's winning MVP.
Luis Garcia, we saw him throwing all kinds of gas last night. He's warming up.
Yeah, he's got a variety of pitches himself. Some really good slow spinning stuff and a little bit of nitro at 97 we saw yesterday. They got to get here first, though. There you
Strikes out Voigt.
go. Goes up the ladder.
One away now on an out by Voigt.
Here's our wall-side windows next opponent, the Toronto Blue Jays, second in the AL East. They've won 9 of their last 10. They've been red hot, and they've been blowing teams out as well. They lead the majors in a couple of offensive categories, and they boast
Anyway.
6 All-Stars, including one who was
Perfectly
mic'd up,
fine.
and Alek Manoah. That was a lot of fun to listen to and watch the other day.
Shep, let's just pray.
Just got to remember, people would say something if it was bad, I guess.
Game. And if it is, it's all Tiger offense. Because that would be miserable. I don't know how a fan for the Red Sox could end up watching that whole thing.
Yeah, that would be a challenge, wouldn't it? That's a check swing foul by Austin Nola. And our good friend Buck Martinez is back, and that's great news.
Yeah, that made my heart real happy. I texted Buck the other day. He's been
Anyway.
battling cancer, and they think they've got it licked, and he had to take some time off to get chemo and get the treatment he needed, but he's back in the booth, and they love him up in Toronto. He's been there forever.
One out here, top of the 8th, 0-2 pitch, and that's outside ball 1.
Just a fun guy to talk to, but it's fantastic to see the players and the fans recognize because of what he's meant to Toronto and what he's meant to baseball in general. One of the gems of our business, without question. Strike 3 called. Nola sits down.
He's out. Yeah, to the.
Well, Well, this time he locks him up with a fastball down and
these
in. You
fucking
see
guns.
the target by Haas. Pretty darn close there, but inner third.
Bad thing that Biden
Down
just
at the
banned
bottom.
these bad boys, or else I'd be able to take them out in public and beat the
So
shit out of
back-to-back
people with them.
strikeouts for Andrew Chafin. Good to see.
Two away
Sucks I
from
can't
us
bring
on
these
cue.
fucking guns in public anymore. Ugh. You guys
Swung
know
on
the
and
vibes.
missed. Couldn't find that slider 0-1. Unique situation for Kim, who led off the 7th, striking out, but reached base on the throwing error from Eric Haas. As they had to record the out at first base.
Now a very talkative group right now.
What is now the go-ahead run.
They're like, well, we want to talk about
After
football.
an RBI single from Jurickson Profar.
Yeah.
Another swing and a miss.
That's twice. You
Is
see
it
swings
0-2?
like that. Again, you don't mess around. You go right back to the well. Kim a little bit guessing, I think. He sees fastball. You've seen him also have a lot of check swing strikes. So he that gives you an indication. He
2
might
outs.
be a bit of a guess
0-2
hitter.
pitch.
Ground ball to third.
And should be the 3rd out of the inning, and it is. Let's head to the bottom of the 8th.
They need
It'll
that
be
fast.
Baez, Harold Castro, and Cabrera.
Castro and
Baez, Castro, and Cabrera here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's go. Bottom 8 coming on up. It's coming on up. Piece of the pie. Or however that song goes. Hey, we're up over 30 likes. I appreciate that, everybody. Very, very kind of you. Very, very cool. Very kind. I appreciate you. Helps the channel out, so that's cool. Oh, it's a commercial. It'll be Baez, Harold Castro, and Cabrera due up here in the bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, and 4 for the Tigers. My ears are sore. Ugh. Fucking knee so bad. Look at these fucking cats. Fuck is this? What just happened to my? That was really strange. Anyway, Garcia's in to pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Baez, Castro, and Cabrera. All right.
Replaced by that
What happens
man
when I'm,
right
like,
there,
far
Luis
away over
Garcia,
here?
Pitched last night, had 2 strikeouts in 1 inning of work, and we really were
That's way
ranting
too
about
loud.
his stuff. Got a split finger
I'm glad you guys helped me out with the audio,
sinker,
even though no one's said
a
anything
slider,
since I've went on.
but he can touch the high
about the
90s with
audio.
his fastball, and the other stuff really spins.
Did give up a couple of hits last night as well, but also posted, as Jack mentioned, a couple of strikeouts, including striking out Javier Baez.
Wish you guys would have said something, but that's fine.
Castro and Miguel Cabrera.
Whatever. I guess you guys don't really care about hearing things too well. But I could probably just mute the game and not say anything, and it'd be just as fine. Cool, Brandon.
Oh and 2.
Notice Garcia's got a little routine when he comes to
I
his
understand
stretch.
how it's so loud despite me
He had that
turned all
before
the
he
way
met
down.
Mike Clevenger. About Clevenger and all the antics he does prior to, you see that little move there.
Whatever.
Strikes out on
Fuck,
another
man.
slider. One away.
And this is where Javi
All right.
can get in trouble. The American League pitchers just
Thanks for helping out still, guys, with the audio.
for the
I
first
appreciate
couple
it.
months because they didn't throw a strike and it was sliders well off the plate.
All right, let's see how this sounds. I have to like be like right next to the mic and screaming into it for. All right, let's see. Does this work from right here?
Now Harold Castro stands in, singled and scored. At the
Sounds
Padres.
good, but it's just kind of quiet.
Back in the 6th. San Diego's run in the 7th. Has it at 3-2. That one skipped in and might have clipped Nola.
Might have been the side of his face mask or even the side
All
of
right, I
his
think that might be pretty good.
backhanded. Let's see if we can get it in slow motion. His backhand off the heel of
There we
his
go.
glove and caught his ear.
Thanks for the help on that, everybody. Great work.
Catchers, man, they're different.
And that's
Couldn't
good
have done it without
for
any of your
I
help.
think.
Yeah.
Only not one fucking word has been said in a minute, like by people in a minute. That's crazy. You know, everyone's way too afraid to talk because of the audio thing. They're like, I don't know if I can say anything. I'm just gonna be quiet. That fucking, does this audio sound decent, really stumped me. Yeah, I think less of you if you were unable to answer that question, by the way. Life is probably very difficult for you if you can't answer the question. Hey, does this audio sound good? I can only imagine what harder questions cause you. I appreciate that. Something that has no benefit to me, I stress over, and you guys just do nothing and sit there and go, well, it's good he stresses over it.
Plus the bottom of the 9th. They got to figure out a way to get runners on base.
We're not going to tell him how it's going.
Is within reach.
That's low. It's 2-1.
Nah, sorry.
Like that was a splitter ball.
Oh, you mean turn myself up way louder? And mute the game? Okay. Alright, I did it. Now what? Mute the game and turn myself up. Well, I mean, just by muting the game audio would essentially pull that off. That backfired on you, didn't it, retard? Good job. That really fucking backfired on you, dude. Hey, I'm gonna get him. Do this. Oh, well, now I can't listen to the game anywhere. Sucks to be you, Alex. Now you don't get to know what's happening. Dipshit. Anyway, here's the sound back.
Sinker at 90. Basically what they're saying, folks.
Anyway, full count to Harold Castro here.
Sinker, if it doesn't move, it's
One away in the bottom of the 8th. No, the audio's fine. I'm asking if you guys are enjoying the audio.
good at that by Harold here.
Yeah, I made you just look pretty fucking stupid.
That pitch count a little bit.
Did he hold up?
No, yes he did.
Yeah, and you're here watching.
He did, and he draws
Thank
the
you.
walk.
Now what are you doing with your life? That you're sitting here watching someone streaming to 40
For
people.
the best coverage in the game, we check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Miguel Cabrera on Monday launched
Seems like you're losing. How am I losing?
506.
I have a channel with 7,000 people, and I'm streaming to 40 people. You don't see, you kind of don't understand how live streaming works. You don't really understand content creation or anything like that. I'm doing pretty good. My channel does pretty good for a small channel.
That home run brings him a little bit closer to Gary Sheffield.
You're watching this loser of a small channel, though. You have to think about that. You're sitting here participating in a stream that you deem to be a loser effort, like a loser person, not doing well in anything, and you're like, oh, this is awful. So please tell me, Mr. I'm sure that's your real last name, and you're not just obsessed with some fucking 5'3" loser from Florida.
The ball jumped off his bat.
What are you doing here if it's such a L scene for you? Any answers why you're watching?
Swung on and missed 0-2. This inning starting similar to the sixth. And the sixth, Baez struck out.
Why don't you just turn the game on your cable?
The third on Cabrera's single before Candelario drove it home.
Or maybe you don't pay for cable and you got like the Bally Sports site signed up.
At first, and now
You can at least have that in your pocket, right? You have $20 a month to be able to watch sports live, right? Without having to resort to live streams. 1 and 2. Mortgages and apartments don't really, you don't really have a mortgage with an apartment. Unless, like, you own the entire apartment building. But I don't think you get a mortgage for an apartment, though. You can tell someone's like 15 when they're like, you got a mortgage for that apartment? How do you pay your apartment's mortgage? I don't. That's not how you pay for an apartment usually. Unless you're like, again, trying to like buy the building. And I'm not trying to buy this entire, it's like 100 fucking, maybe like 60, 70 apartments here in this strip. I'm not trying to get out all that. I don't have a mortgage. How old are you, Alex? Are you 15? You know you rent an apartment, right? You don't put a you don't go get a mortgage to pay your rent on your apartment. Yeah, cry about it. Your internet's super slow. Oh, and by the way, yeah, the MLB thing, that's the fastest thing that's out there. You can literally be watching live, the most live version of the thing, and that's faster than it. Because no matter how you watch anything, there's going to be about a 10 to 15 second delay from live television to the way you're watching it. Just due to simple FCC rules with sports. There's quite a delay in baseball games, so that thing on the screen will always be faster than any form of other than being there and seeing it live. And if you start spoiling, you will just be removed from the chat. I can already tell you what you're going to be doing because you don't really respond to anything. So, see you later.
Well, take a look at Michael Fulmer. This could be his last appearance in Comerica.
Anyway, back to the game. Top of the ninth coming up.
He spoke of it yesterday. He talked about watching Justin Verlander go before. He talked about watching Daniel Norris go at the trade deadline. And he knows his name is in rumors, and he knows that he can provide value to another team.
I don't understand that. He's like,
contract expires this year. He said he
oh, I don't need sites, Dominant. You can fuck yourself with your site. I don't give a shit.
And if he's moved, he wouldn't mind playing for a playoff contender since he's
I'll just use the site I always use. And if that's not working, then I'll just use buff streams. That works just as good.
He's prepared for whatever might be next, but this could be the last time he takes the mound at Comerica Park as the Tigers hit the road to go to Toronto before the trade deadline.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, well.
It's tough emotionally. People forget.
Oh boy, they're taking a long time to get this fucking pitching going. Come on.
To represent his father. Wallside windows pitching change.
Come on, start the ninth inning.
Last appearance at Comerica Park. Those are the numbers.
It'll be Mazzara, Grisham, and Betton.
No more Mazzara.
Or Batten, sorry.
And Matthew Batten.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about that for any player that's never changed uniforms is changing the uniform for the first time, especially when you
That should be the first out of the inning as long as people don't fuck it up. And it is 108.
And retires Mazzara. Did you ever take anything from any of the ballparks, any of the stadiums where you left?
I didn't take anything, but the cool thing is when they retired my number, Chris Ilitch, the owner of the Tigers, presented me with a game seat from Tiger Stadium. And it was pretty cool. I've got it in my man cave.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fulmer works slow.
Seat at Tiger Stadium. You didn't.
Well, I did. I one time I took a pregame tour. I had never been in the upper deck at Old Tiger Stadium.
Okay.
And so I went up the upper deck. I just wanted to see what it was like, and I went from far right field corner all the way around to the far left field.
See, I also just have resorted to like hiding people that say something and then I respond to them and they just don't respond at all with something completely disjointed and not following up what they said. That to me is a big tell of who the people are. What's up, Kenny? Welcome back. They can't change that part of their personality where they just don't answer the questions or anything I say and they just say something. They have no ability to not do that.
So you sat down.
So they give themselves away 100% of the time. The same one person every single time.
Grisham standing in against
Everyone I've hit in today is the exact same person, just so you're aware. That Alex guy, who was the other one? New York Knicks fans of YouTube, he's the same guy. Rick was the same guy. It's all one person, by the way. You may think I have a lot of trolls. It's literally one dude who's super obsessed with me. To nearly gay levels.
It's heavy. So I've got it down there. Occasionally I do move it.
That's great.
Depending on how many people I have hanging out with me.
And what's funny is, like, they've threatened to come and kill me several times. This person who comes in here and spams, this Alex guy, threatened to kill me. They've threatened to come beat me up. And it's like, well, dude, you know where I'm at. You know I'm in Mount Pleasant and I live by the Target. Just tell me when and where. I'll show up over there and you can confront me in real life, but I don't think it'll go well for you. Just to say, I got something for you. You ever fucking want to play that stupid mistake game in your life?
Can he finish him off here?
Well, you won't have one long.
In the air to left.
Should play.
Call the fucking cops and put your ass in jail.
2 away.
Yeah, I got something. I got the long dick of the law for your bitch ass. Yeah. You think you'll be coming in all sweet and I'll be like, get him. And then you'll get jumped on by the law. You'll be going to jail in the shitty Isabella prison. Isabella County fucking shitty little jail. I'll fucking get you, bitch. You'll be, God, I got something for you. Don't worry. It's called the judicial system. Bitch ass motherfucker. Anyway, top of the ninth. Here's Batten. Little line shot to the second baseman, and that'll end the inning. Last chance for the Tigers. It's 3-2 heading to the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Candelario, Haas, and Grossman. Candelario, Haas, and Grossman. Let's see if they can walk this thing off for the Tigers, or will the Tigers have a couple close misses in this series? We'll find out. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, hopefully they can get something here anyway. Anyway, it's commercial break. I'm going to mute it. Go. Big moment coming. Oh, MLB 66 is finally working again. That's cool. Dun, 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 Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
All 3 runs that the Padres have scored on this afternoon are unearned. That doesn't matter to the Tigers, who need to find one more and then go from there, as they did last night. They tied it in the 9th and then lost it in the 10th, but they've got to find some offense for a second consecutive day.
Yeah, you got to give you Darvish.
Yeah, I would say the cost of mistakes have been pretty bad today. A couple errors are pretty much the sole reason as to why we're down. We should have just won the game right there. That probably should have been the game-winning inning if we didn't have these 2 errors, which pretty much directly resulted in these runs. It'd probably still be 2-1, but it would at least be a lead for the Tigers, pretty comfortable.
Who might not be on the team plane. More on that when we see you right after the final out, Chip.
All right, Keats, thanks very much. Jeimer Candelario leads off the 9th here for Detroit. He is the only Tiger without a strikeout today. It'll be Candelario, then Eric Haas, and Robbie Grossman against Taylor Rogers, who blew a save last night.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 9th. Let's see if we can do anything. Taylor Rogers in again. He blew the save last night.
Costly run because the Tigers came back.
Candelario just found a gap, it looks like, and it's down. That'll be a double. Candelario with a good shot at blowing another save here. Let's see. Can anyone pick him up? Here comes Eric Haas. I'm happy to see Candelario finally coming along right when we're about to trade him.
Right-handed, where he's shown a lot of pop. And he's going to come out there.
But it's so depressing that he's finally he's reminding people like, hey, I can hit. Like, yeah, where the fuck? We wouldn't be wanting to trade you if you've been doing this all year. We'd be a better baseball team. No, they took him out for a pinch runner. I'm guessing it's Cody Clemens.
What a series for Jeimer Candelario.
This series, 8 for 13, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, and 8 RBIs. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm ready to be traded.
And he has set the Tigers up nicely.
Here's Eric Haas now. But due into pinch run. 1-0 for Haas.
This is a challenge for any relief pitcher, having to.
Was very inside and a little high.
The defensive changes. Machado goes over to third. Voit is out of the game. You see that Cronenworth shifts over to first base, and Batten, who is playing third base, goes to second. But for a relief pitcher,
Come on, Haas, put this thing over the wall and walk it off.
Face the same guys. That's a challenge. These guys have seen it.
In the hole, Kim makes a nice play and throws out Haas.
Unable to get the runner to move up. It was kind of a bad out there, unproductive. 1 out, runner at second, and Padres lead by 1. It's 3-2. Now up is Robbie Grossman.
Made it look easy. Goes hard to his right. Look at how he kept his head down so he can get that glove to the baseball and a strike across the diamond.
Good effort, though. Good effort. Someone needs to pick Candelario's run up there. Maybe we'll see a little bit of extras again this game.
Off the bat of Eric Haas.
Here's Robbie Grossman with the runner at second.
First time Grossman bats from the right side today.
Number-wise,
Strike 1.
This is Robbie's better side. Looking for a base hit. Something that gives Baddoo a chance there at second base.
Grossman down the left field line, but foul.
Taylor Rogers' pitch of preference in these situations is his slider. It can be a wipeout pitch when he keeps it down. We saw a hanger.
Yeah, hopefully Robbie does something, Kevin.
Riley Green, he left it up after throwing 2.
By the way, thank you to everyone who's tuned in this afternoon. I appreciate the likes and everything. Very cool, very kind. I appreciate you.
Fastball away, or will he come with that?
It's been a quiet stream, but that's quite all right. No one's really said. And kind of got like the first like 2 hours was good. Then the last like 50 minutes has been like really quiet. Grossman strikes out, down to Jonathan Scope.
Well, he kept it down. They actually tried to backdoor him. You saw the catcher Nola shift out to the outside part of the plate. That ball just came sliding across the bottom of the zone. Robbie swung over the top.
All right, hopefully Scope can save the game.
That leaves it up to Jonathan Scope. Swung on and missed. That's the slider again.
Yeah, he's staying with it. That's his bread and butter. As long as he keeps it down there, and hitters are willing to try to
0-1 to Scope.
cheat a little bit, they're not going to do much with it. Throws that one off the plate, and then he'll throw one at the bottom of the zone on the plate. It's tough to differentiate which one's which. There's a more recognizable one, well out of the zone.
Excuse me.
Baddoo pinch running for Jamer Candelario, who led off the inning with a double. Scope, as you saw moments ago, 1 for 3 on the day, 1 for 3 in his career against Taylor Rogers.
This dude's probably like, yeah, get me out of here. I'm good now. Holy shit, what a bad call. 1-2.
Two-seam fastball right there caught the
Never mind, not as bad as it looked.
You don't want to throw a sinker there.
Not as bad as it looked.
That's what they call it. It's basically a two-seam fastball.
Here's the 1-2 to Scope.
Now the 1-2.
But he fouls that one away, stays alive. There's a runner at second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th of a 3-2 Padres lead. Padres looking to win the series here on this next pitch. Take it 2-1. Tigers hoping they maybe can walk it off or play spoiler or do something here and keep themselves alive. Maybe force extras or win the game, but we shall see. Tomorrow the Tigers will head up north to play Toronto. We'll find out after the game who isn't able to go, which players maybe don't have a vaccine so they can't get into Canada. There's probably not a lot of guys. It'll probably be like 3 or 4, but like, because last year they were at like 100% vaccinated, the Tigers, so I can't imagine their number is much different from last year.
2-2 to
almost the same team. Maybe like 3 guys can't go. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, we'll also be live again so we'll be live for tomorrow's game in Toronto. That should be pretty fun. Should be, you know, interesting to see how the team looks and who we don't have available for about 4 days, because we're out there from Thursday through Sunday. We'll also be doing a football stream tonight. Talk about some NFL, do some football talk, you know, just camp, you know, things are finally kicking back in.
To third. They'll let it roll,
and the ball stopped and stayed fair. Wow.
You can't blow on it, Manny. Ball right on the
or did it go finally foul? That's pretty crazy. The ball literally just died.
It's got spin on it, but it dies before it rolls foul.
And the ball just stopped and stayed fair. That's pretty crazy.
Is there magic left?
All right, Victor Reyes is up.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, you probably won't see that very like often. The fact that it was just like and then it stopped right before the line. Like the baseball had a mind of its own. It's like, nah, I feel like it's gonna hit. What's good?
That ball was hit at 55 miles an hour. Right?
If you're Scope, you should have probably ran as hard as you could all the way down to second.
And was thrown out. It's just the way the game goes sometimes.
You know what?
Great drama here in the 9th again.
You could stand at home plate with a dozen.
Because if they fucking take that bait, then you can run home. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way you could bait that throw.
So it is what it is.
I don't know. Not a big deal.
We're glad when it
Sometimes you get lucky.
For us and to us.
Here we go with Victor Reyes.
It's not the end of the world. Though that would have been nice to see him cut. Yeah, if I wasn't the only one thinking, why the hell didn't Scope go down to second?
High and away.
Ball one. All right, at least I wasn't the only one thinking like, wait, why the hell didn't Scope at least run to second? That could have forced him, like, could have allowed him to take home on like a bonehead play.
What you got to do is probably going to throw a slider here.
And you got guys like Machado over. Ah, yeah, that's probably not. You know, it's probably best they didn't with Machado. Oh man. 1-1.
There you go again, Shep. Couple feet to the right. Tie game.
Riley Green, who tied it in the ninth last night.
Dude, if he hits a gap, we could win this game.
For another shot today.
Here's Reyes. 2 on, 2 out. Runners are at the corners. First and third. 2 away, 1-1 count. 3-2 Padres lead. Here's the pitch from Rogers, and he fouls it away. Keep it at 1-2.
1-2 to Victor Reyes.
But again, thank you to everyone who's turned out and watched the game here tonight, or this afternoon. Thank you for leaving likes. Thank you for chatting or whatnot. Thanks for just watching, I guess, more in general. Fun stream so far. I enjoyed it. Probably going to get out of here kind of quick this afternoon, so because I am streaming again later tonight for a football stream. And we'll be live for the game tomorrow, so, you know, it's always a good thing. And thank you to anyone who subscribed, too. Appreciate you.
Back goes Mazzara. Still goes.
No way. Reyes, oh, shit, we were going to win. That ball's going to, come on. Scope. Yeah, Reyes walks it off, and the Tigers win 4-3. Let's fucking go. Victor Reyes with the walk-off double homer, whatever the hell it was. He scored them both. Right fielder gave up and let it go. Tigers take a 4-3 win on a Victor Reyes walk-off. Yeah. That's a good ninth inning. That's what they were supposed to do yesterday. Tigers take the series 2-3. And we beat the Padres in an unlikely set of games.
Last night it was an 0-2.
Let's go, Victor. Yeah, Nomar helped us out. Just let it go. He went, nah, fuck it. Hell yeah. Dude, that had a good feeling to it. Like, there was almost like a vibe. First career walk-off hit for Victor Reyes. Dude, as soon as that ball went off his bat, it was like, oh shit, it's going. Yeah, we avoid 60 losses. We hit 40 and 59. All right. Yeah, that does actually avoid us a lot of bad shit right now. Believe it or not. Like, I think that actually might put us back out of last place, but we'll see when we actually get there. Hell yeah, Victor, we win a game. Yay. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Reyes was hitting a walk-off. You could tell. I always like when you can tell a player just is like, nah, I'm in some weird zone. You can just tell the entire at bat Reyes was hitting that ball. Look at the look on. Yeah, it dialed in the concentration. But the geisha eyes. I like that. I like that his corrected to geisha. I'm like, that's a weird correction. Yeah, you have a good one too, Neil. I'll be live again this afternoon, everybody, or well, this evening for a NFL talk. We'll do some football news, lots of random things to discuss and chit-chat about. Fucking Eric Haas knew right away.
What a feeling, what a moment, and what a ball game.
Hey, Royals are losing. That's good. That's good.
A lot of smiles.
Yeah, me either. That's funny though, Gomer. But hell yeah, what a great win for the Tigers this afternoon. What a good little win. Does Victor have to have a translator? Ah, okay. I was gonna say, is that like the former player, Carlos Guillen?
I'm happy because we won today. I'm happy because I was able to get.
I don't remember Guillen being so weird. Look, that can't be like that Carlos Guillen, right?
That was your first career walk-off. What does it feel?
It is that Carlos Guillen, the former shortstop. Holy shit, dude! No way. Hold on.
I'm very happy, excited because we needed something like this, and unfortunately, I'm happy because we made it happen.
It's amazing how one at bat can change the whole game and a
What is he
series.
doing
Really,
now? There's
you
no way
Darvish
that's
had
Carlos
everybody's number
Guillen,
all
though.
night long, and then you, with one last at bat, you guys walk away winners here today. How gratifying for the whole team, given how the rest of the afternoon went.
Llama la atención cómo ha sido esta serie. Yu Darvish estuvo lanzándoles muy bien a ustedes y al final fue respondieron y pudieron.
Yeah, there's no way that's not the same guy. I was gonna say that's not the same Carlos Guillen, dude. There's no way. I thought because well, you know, fucking. I was like, you know, Guillen played here and he was like beloved by the Tigers and organization. They were very close with him and he's still like fucks with us. So I don't know. I thought it was Guillen, one of my favorite players from back in the day. Yeah, I thought Victor spoke English, but I guess they're you know, to be fair, I've always wondered why baseball just didn't do that. Like, why do you make these poor fucking dudes come up there after they do like walk-offs and shit? The guys who speak kind of broken or, you know, that bad, like they don't sound cool. It sounds way better if you let them just speak their natural tongue and have a translator come out and do it. Like I don't know. I think it kind of fucking sounds off. And I know it's I don't know. They sound kind of dumb. And that's literally they're speaking a foreign language, you know? So I don't know. That one's a weird one to me. I've always been more where they just use translators and shit. Yeah, Tigers walk it off though. Completely unexpected. Very good ending to the game. Good ending to the stream, I would say. It's always fun to go ahead and leave on a walk-off. But yeah, like I said, we'll be live tomorrow for the Tigers and the Blue Jays game. We'll find out pretty soon who's not going to make it up to Canada with us. Why did Albert Pujols have to get his jewelry taken off in a game? Oh, he's just fucking around. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the stream. That was a fun series. GG's to the Padres fans. Thank you for the likes again, everybody. I will see you guys this afternoon for the football stream we're going to do. If not, I'll see you tomorrow probably for the Tigers and Blue Jays. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you when I see you next. Go Lions, go Patriots, and of course, as always, go Tigers. Have a great night.